We are so back. Good morning. None of you are rule followers. It's okay. I also bend the rules and break the rules. I have these whole notions. Remember where I say everything in life is negotiable? How can I have my life mottos be I do what I please and I do it with ease and everything in life is negotiable, and then get mad at you when you all break the rules because I don't do a show on a Monday holiday and people are texting me, please come back. I miss you. I need my morning show. Where's my program? And you all just text. Nobody listens to, you're all degenerates. Nobody listens to the rules. But I can't even get mad anymore. One of the besties texted me and was just like, I know, like, you don't want texts. And I was like, that ended like 5 hours after I put the whole I don't want text thing. And it's my own fault because I literally respond back to you and encourage the bad bunny behavior. Good morning to good morning to Ghost of Nan. Good morning to Amber. Good morning to Ben Rosa. Last night I went on, I don't know, it's got to be because it was the holiday. Thinking about it, it has to be because it was the holiday. But I think there's actually still a stream currently right now happening that was on when I went to bed that is still up. These spaces, these hours long spaces. I could never, but I definitely could. I definitely could. I don't know what was happening yesterday, but I just have to say I missed almost most of it. I was not on the interwebs much yesterday. I had things to do. I had non-internet things to do yesterday. "15 minutes before I had to host my monthly Somerset Republican Town Committee meeting, Miss Melanie Little decided to go pop up on a live stream and stop talking about something that is near and dear to my heart. And I was very angry that I could not stay home and watch it. I was getting myself dressed in sweats, though, but still getting myself dressed to go chair a meeting. And all I wanted to do was sit and listen to Melanie Little. Unfortunately, I had to go to the meeting, right? And then I get out of the meeting and my phone has 1,000 messages. Jimmy's on a live stream. But when I get home, I have to eat dinner. I have to take care of all of the house things. I have to check on Jack, who's still not 100%. I have to do all of the things. I can't get on Jimmy's live stream. So now that's another thing I have to watch. And then I'm getting ready for bedtime. And I go and put on my comfort show, Red House Media. And who's on there? Jimmy, who whored himself around all day yesterday. And so it wasn't even my normal, like, just listen to Danny's voice comfort program. I had to actually jump on and participate because I don't want to be a hater. So I got on that. I am convinced, first of all, I'm just going to say this. Nobody better fucking do a live stream today because I have to catch up on my programs from yesterday. It's like 1994 and my VHS was taping Days of Our Lives and Other Worlds in Santa Barbara. I got to watch all my shows. I got to catch up on them. Don't do any live streams today. Also, apparently, Grant Smith Ellis was hosting a live stream last night, and all of you have forgotten what a degenerate he is, and you're all fucking partaking in a live stream with this asshole, and I am never, ever, ever giving that up. You all need a fucking clinic on how that man treated Aiden and how he sided with Kate Peter, and he was doing the work of the fucking antis during the fucking trial. Get your head right. I don't care. Selling your fucking souls. Why all of a sudden we feel bad for him now? Why? Still the same old Grant. Giving that guy views is crazy. He's a crazy person. Look at his mother. They're crazy. Listen, I don't care what people say about me. I am loyal to my brand of hate and pettiness. I am never giving it up. What did somebody post yesterday? Emily C. Bless her heart. She says something about drama-free is the life for me. I commented, I don't care. I'm sorry. I'll choose violence and let the seance work it out. Because some of these people, while authentic, like Emily C., authentic, other people, fake. Fake. You're faking it. I'm just going to continue to exist in this space where I say what I want. I say how I feel. I give zero fucks. I don't care if by the real short chance that I fuck up and make a mistake on something, I will apologize. But as you all know, that is very, very, very rare. Very rare. This is why there is a Horizon social chart. People are where they are. They very rarely change. And by the way, if they change, it's because of you. You guys are all getting in your feels. You guys all want to change something. No, you're on the chart. You stay on the chart. You want to change? Send me money. I'm kidding. Speaking of that, I don't know if I had some sort of epiphany yesterday, or I don't know if I had some sort of clarity. I'm not really sure what happened, but can we just step back for 1 second? Let's step back for 1 second. We have a person by the name of Daniel Gallagher that not one person knows in real life. Mark Battereau doesn't count. None of you know Nan Gallagher. Not one of you. No, I'm not talking now. I'm talking before. Okay? Nobody. Not one person can vouch for this person in real life. Not one person can say, oh, my son plays hockey with Nan's son, Blazerton. No. Nobody knows this lady. Okay? Zero. Nobody. Not one person. And we have let this person cross the border into Massachusetts without so much as a fucking Mean Girls ceremony. We just let her in. Where's ICE? Go back to your country, Nan. Nobody knows this woman. She came in here and befriended people via cash, okay? And every single one of you sold your soul to it because she gave you the cash, the monies, $500. I know. She gave it to me too. In my defense, I didn't do anything with it. I bought 2 chairs that shift around my room occasionally because they're fucking haunted. But, you know, when it came time, when she started shitting on me, I had no problem saying shit about. My thing is, did we let this woman from New Jersey come up here and cause all this fucking chaos? She is an out-of-state, tri-state area chaos agent. Who allowed this? I need all of you. Go back. I want to know who is the first person that let her in. Who is the first super chat from? You're going to have to do some research. But who is the first person that allowed Cocker Naniel into this into this place? Who did this? Who's responsible? It's time for a public hanging. You did this. Don't say it was Mike Crawford. Was it Mike Crawford? Stop it. Yes, she's from New Jersey. She doesn't even go here. So here we are. We've got me. You've got Jimmy writing fucking Grammy award-winning songs. You've got Melanie Little taken to these streets to talk about this. This woman doesn't even go here. She's not from here. Nobody knows her. She's not a member of the community. She's not paying taxes. Oh my God, I just saw someone say we need merch that says the seance worked. Like, shoo. Out, bye, done. You don't belong here anymore. You never belong. And is there anything wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with gatekeeping the great state of Massachusetts? Absolutely not. Nobody wants her. Nobody asked for this. We don't want this. Very interesting moment for me when Melanie Little, which I haven't finished, she said she had somebody find, she said a person on Twitter found the video of Melanie getting her first $500 super chat from Daniel. And she's like, thank you to the person who did this. I secretly believe it's actually Melanie Little herself, because bitch knows everything that goes on the internet. Just come out of your fucking hiding and get on X. It's okay. It's all right. And I say that with sweetness in my voice. I think that she gets the 500 and she shows the video, and then she goes, I don't know, was she like trying to come on my show? And I was like, wait, is that what Nan was doing? The super chat was like sniffing around like a good doggo for truffles in the ground. Is she a truffle dog? Why is there a fucking line of society on Tuesday at 7:46 a.m.? I wonder what their next menu is going to be. We got to get rid of this candy cane thing. I don't like seeing it anymore. And then my thing is, what did you do in New Jersey, Hurricane Daniel, where you can't go back? Like, why do you have to find a new place to make friends? Which led me last night to start looking at where Nan lives. And then I started looking at the community Facebook groups in those areas to see if Nan's name pops up anywhere. This person is giving up on the drive-thru. So I don't know. So maybe we need to find out what happened in your community. Why did you have to come up here and find new friends? What happened on the local PTO? What happened? What happened? Why don't they like you? So am I currently in some groups down in New Jersey on Facebook that have absolutely nothing to do with me? Yes, I am. Yes. Because there's nowhere else in the world you can find anything about fucking tea and shit going on in a town than a fucking town Facebook group. We didn't find anything yet. Don't worry. I ran out of time. I know she's watching now. Listen, there's two things I can be sure of every single solitary day. I'm going to need some sort of a beverage, and every one of my haters is listening right now. Every single one of them. And it doesn't matter if I say I'm never going to talk about them again, and they go on some sort of like 12-step plan to not talk about me. They always come back. Always come back. Everybody say good morning, Nan Chop. Good morning. Can I have a large iced white chocolate pistachio made with whole milk? That's it. Thank you. I don't know which one of the besties sent me that Starbucks has a Dubai coffee. We have not gone to Starbucks in a very, very long time. Georgia wanted to go. I said, okay. We went to Starbucks. I'm not kidding you. Caca. It was caca. There's no other way to say it. It was caca. It tasted like water. I don't know if they made it wrong, but when it's a specialty beverage like that, you get one shot. Caca. Can't have it ever again. Terrible. No. I went to Hampton Beach this summer with my family, and there was a coffee breakfast place we went to, and I had a Dubai coffee there, and it will be the best thing I've ever had forever. And that's it. Nothing can match it. Starbucks was absolute goddamn trash. There's some contracting going on over here today. What's going on over here? What kind of contracting are you guys doing? Who are they here for? Are they here for society? So anyway, back to Cocker Daniel. My thing is, I wonder if I would be what kind of position I would be in if she hadn't shit all over me in defending Brian. Right? Like, she had never said anything, and then I said the stuff about Brian, and then she came out and she went crazy at me. How would I, like, who currently exists where Daniel has never done anything to them, and also they feel like they don't have to say anything mean about her? Like, are you watching all of this and do you want to jump in on it? Like, do you feel bad for her? I personally am clear. She came after me, guns a-blazing. I said nothing, did nothing to her. It's one of the very rare instances where my mouth didn't get me in trouble with someone first, which is why I can go all in on this shit. Songs, seances, you name it. Facebook groups, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I'm just saying that this weirdo from New Jersey, who doesn't even go here, has everybody in some sort of a chokehold. And at some point, we've got to let it go. I don't know if we got to do a little bit more. I'm not sure. I haven't listened to everything. Was there closure yesterday on Melanie Little's stream? I don't know yet. But for an attention whore like fucking Nan, nightmare fuel would be when everybody stops fucking talking about her. So we've got to give her that soon. Next. Shit, I had something else I needed to say about that. Hold on, let me think about this. Hold on. Daniel. Oh, I don't need to catch, what do the kids call it? I don't need to catch strays. But what in the actual fuck did Meredith? So my phone was blowing up. This is real life. I'm not listening to things. And I'm appreciative of the people that send me. But I get a message and it says that Meredith just sent Lindsay Gattani's son a sex video of Lindsay and Aiden. And so I'm going to need you guys to tell me what happened with that. I need proof. It's 2026. I need receipts. So I need a screenshot of the text to hit the internet and show me. I don't need to see the video. I'm just saying, did this really happen? I need to see the proof of it. I know that there's a sex video of Aiden and Lindsay. No doubt. That's not up for discussion. Whores. What is up for discussion, and I need confirmation on is, did this really go in real time to Lindsay's son? Like, while I'm hearing this happen while she was on the live stream, and nothing for nothing, but like, again, like every, I hate how the villains in this story have somehow worked their way into your hearts. Also, another thing I'm going to need confirmation about in life. Good morning. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Another thing I'm going to need confirmation about. I am going to need to see the video of Victoria Beckham dancing up against her son at his wedding. I'm not sure if anybody is catching this, but I am. I'm paying attention to this. The oldest son of Victoria and David Beckham has been estranged from the family for quite some time. We have known nothing about it. It was just some unfollowings on Instagram and social medias from the fam and him and his wife. He has a young wife. They got married recently. And the son came out last night on his Instagram or his socials and was basically like, let me tell you what's really the problem here. And he paints Posh Spice as a crazy, obsessive mother. And that the main post that I saw was just about this wedding dance. But if you read his actual social media posts, it is painting a crazy picture about Posh Spice being a very protective, obsessed mother. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to have to go and look at it yourself. It's pretty much everywhere now. Is it Romeo Beckham? Brooklyn Beckham. It's Brooklyn, Romeo. Thanks so much. Thank you. So, okay. So, hold on. Because now there's a construction vehicle. Oh. Let's take a sip of this. This actually looks like it has potential. I'm going to let this car go ahead of me. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. It's not that great, but it's fine. Whatever. We'll fucking take it. All right. So, did I give a nickname to Publis Rising? Just need PB and Jelly? I don't know. We need a nickname. So, the Beckham situation is crazy. Basically, he goes and says at his wedding, they had agreed upon some sort of like schedule for a dance. And the person was going to sing a song. It's a famous person. I can't remember who it was. He was going to call him up and he was going to sing a song and he was going to dance with his new wife. But when he got up there, it was Victoria and she danced seductively on him or whatever. Oh, PB&R. Perfect. And I don't know. I was all in on it. I was believing him. I was like, okay, there was an issue with the dress and like the mother was supposed to design the dress and then she bailed at the last minute. And then it looks like he attempted to see the family and they iced him out and all this stuff like that. Then I woke up this morning because these fucking bitches on the internet, like nobody works harder than them. They made like all these montages of Victoria Beckham dancing with her family, most of them with glasses of wine in her hand. It looks like she gets saucy and she starts dancing. And I mean, could they be seductive? Like, I don't know where I stand on it because these women on the internet, probably these Mormon wives, put together these montages and they're like, she's fine. So I gotta sleep on it. I don't know. I gotta spend some time on Instagram today and figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, is this like a Meghan and Harry of Sussex situation? Because they are two of the most unlikable individuals on the planet. No matter what she does, no matter what she cooks. I don't like you, Meghan. Oh, I don't know where I stand on this. I'm happy for it. I'm happy for a little bit of celebrity drama because Hollywood sucks. We got to go to Europe for the drama, the good drama. I'm good. What do we have over here? We have pedophiles. That's all we have. Over there, we get some good old fashioned fucking in-law shit. Let's go. I want to see Harry and Meghan's kids' faces so badly. Just why are you hiding them? Don't do that. Just give it, please. Please. I just want to see them. Are they cute? Are they ugly? What is it? Also, Brooklyn, if your mama danced seductively at your wedding, there's video and you're going to have to release it because the Mormon wives are coming for you. They're like, where's the video? I'm going to need the video. They're doing these TikTok videos. We're like, we're going to need the video, Brooklyn. We're going to need the video. Go ahead. You can turn. Go ahead. Go. What more do you need? I'm waving you. My blinker is on. You want me to fucking throw holy water on your face? Go. Lineage says they ain't cute. Next. I think being quote unquote friends with Auntie Deb has been very fun for me. He's funny. He brings out the funny in me. We have been able to have some unbelievably hysterical moments on the interwebs. But this motherfucker doing a 23 on 23 and basically mocking every single solitary thing I do. I'm kidding. It's hysterical. I'm dying. Danny played some of it last night on Rat House. Again, I go to Rat House for my comfort sounds, and then I hear my own voice, which is obnoxious. My voice is obnoxious. I don't even know how you fucking listen to this every day. Your lives aren't whole. Something you're missing. Where this voice, this fucking sometimes yelling, obnoxious, complaining voice is does it for you. But I had to listen to myself through Jimmy imitating me, which is probably what I sound like. And I lost it when he goes, "Hi, Ben Rosa." I guess this is all very predictable, this show at this point, right? Somebody can do a whole skit on it. It's that predictable. It's very funny. Next. Somebody yelled at me on the internet by using all caps and said, "Why did you send Skip to Turtle Boy?" I didn't. If I'm correct, somebody mentioned something and I was like, "Oh yeah, you'll love it," or whatever. Like, I don't even know if I said it on camera. I don't know. I understand, like, Skip went over to Turtle Boy's thing and gave like 3 super chats to talk, and Aiden was like, "Okay, I don't know what this is about." Like, that is Skip being very green on the internet, as far as I'm concerned. That man doesn't really understand Massachusetts shows and what happens over here. And he's probably just so wholesome, thinking he can just jump in and talk like he could on mine. You can't do that over there, Skip. It's a different territory. territory over there, Skip. It's not safe. It's not safe over there, Skip. Don't go there anymore. Don't do it, Skip. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. We can't protect you. Poor thing was just like, oh, going on the Jess Machado show was probably great. This person is part of this. I'm going to go on that show too. No, nope. You don't want anything about what's going on there, Skip. They talk about driveway abortions over there, Skip. You're too wholesome for this. It's not something you want to unlock in your brain when you're locked in a room for 365 days. Just stay the fuck away from there, Skip. It's for your own goddamn good. And we're all responsible. Doesn't understand the power of the fucking internet. Yeah. He's about to. He's going to learn. He's going to learn. Because it can go one way or the other. You know, you're streaming your life for 365 days. People find you. You come on shows. It opens up to a new group of people. I've got a lot of fucking unwell people who probably would be mean to you too. And who knows, they might go into your chat. Your mods are going to start working overtime. Are you ever going to be able to keep out the haters? No. I've tried. They all come back. Moths to a goddamn flame. MLP is back under a new name, her own name. She said I doxed her. I'm not sure how I fucking doxed her. When she went on a goddamn live stream in front of her stone hearth in her house. Like, I didn't dox you. You went on a goddamn live stream with 5150. You showed everybody who you were. And honestly, your husband messaging me, I didn't even know your last name was Fagan. So that was kind of crazy. She's back. She can't help herself. You know, she probably, I have a vision in my head of what went down. Here's how I think this whole situation went down. MLP sends me messages and tries to befriend me. And I am like, thank you. So nice. Thank you. And then she's like, oh, if I'm in your area, I'll come down and we can go thrifting. And I don't respond to that because something's off and I can't figure it out. And after a couple of tries to connect with me in real life, she starts getting angry about that and then decides she's going to take up and shack up with 5150. Fine. It's your funeral. So then she starts coming at me because, again, singular individuals can never come at me. They have to do it in strength and numbers. They need to have somebody else cheering them on or somebody else on their side. That's what sets me apart from all of these fucking people is I don't need anybody's permission and I don't need to join a group to say I don't fucking like you. Okay? On the contrary, I've said I have problems with people who are actually really well liked. I care that little about public opinion that nothing would stifle me from saying how I felt, including that everybody else likes a person. Okay. So this woman joins over here and now she's empowered. Now she wants to shit all over me. And she creates a completely separate Facebook group, the Marla whatever account, and is in tandem with that account, shitting all over me every day. The nastiest stuff, pictures of me, all of the stuff like that. Then somehow, some way, somebody crossed the line with her by putting up her kids' names or whatever, which you can't, that's not doxing. And she cries to her husband about it. Big mistake. Big mistake. Because Mr. Fagan gets involved. And Mr. Fagan sounds like he doesn't take any fucking shit, right? Because Mr. Fagan doesn't have time for his wife's alcoholic binges on fucking the internet. So she starts getting upset because now people know a little bit about her, and she cries to Mr. Fagan. And Mr. Fagan is like, who did this? Actually, he's probably like, who did this? And she's like, Jessica Machado. And he's like, where can I find this Jessica Machado? And she's like, oh, she's on X. Well, I don't have an X. Well, she's on Facebook. So he looks me up, probably holds up his phone and go, is this her? And this woman, who doesn't get any fucking attention from her husband, is like looking at this as attention from him, because she is desperate for attention across every fucking platform in her life. That she's like, yes. And she lets this man send me a fucking message to basically do the job as a good husband should in the real world and say, cut the fucking shit. Only it wasn't me. So she wastes her husband card on the wrong person. And this guy comes to me and I fucking am like, what are you talking about? Stop threatening me, saying he's going to the police. I say, it wasn't me. I have nothing to do with this. Your wife is an idiot. And now it's this big fucking mess. And I'm going to tell you something. I know what her husband does for a living. He's not putting up with this shit, right? So he fucking starts taking action, blah, blah, fucking blah. And is basically accusing me of harassing, doxing her whole fucking family. So unbeknownst to you all, the minute I got done with my show that day, where Mr. Fagan was basically saying he was taking legal action, I fucking called the fucking non-emergency line at their police department. And I said, listen, and I'm sure you can get a record of this call too. I said, listen, I got these people. They live in your town. They're saying they're going to the police. I didn't do shit. This isn't me. I don't care what they say. I have my phone. I'm willing to show it. I am 100% willing to fucking come down to your police department and prove that this is not me. So police detective takes my name, takes a report or information. Couple days later, MLP's accounts are gone because she went to the police and they probably told her what I said on the phone. I didn't do shit. Come take my phone. You don't even need a fucking warrant. I will show you. None of this is me. Whatever I can do. Take my phone. I don't really care. And then all of a sudden, the Marla account is gone. Her account is gone. Her husband probably looked like a fucking fool and was like, holy shit, my wife is crazy. I can't believe I went all in on this. And it was not true. It was not accurate. And all the accounts came down and blah, 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 blah. That was what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago? Can't stay the fuck away. Now she's back. I wouldn't even know, but she comes. I don't have the new account blocked. The new account shows up on my fucking X account in the comments section again. She cannot fucking stay away. You did threaten my daughter's wedding. You can't erase that. You can't say there was no ill intent. It doesn't matter. You did it. You're nuts. You have a very fucked up way of looking at life. There's something wrong with you. And I'm going to tell you something. I know where you work too. And I can't believe you work there. And don't give me any shit. I would never call your fucking work. Unless you post some sort of anti-Semitic shit, nobody's calling your work. But, like, get help. You have a weird attention whore fucking attitude, and you have nothing to become important in this arena 4. It gives me great fucking comfort to know that that is most likely how that all played out in real life. And you got punished by your husband who told you to get your fucking accounts down. And then you did. Does he know that you have a new one? He does now, because I fucking screenshotted your messages and sent it to your husband. And I said, get your fucking wife off the internet. You're welcome. Sorry for messaging you again, Mr. Fagan, but your wife's leash, she broke off her leash. What do you want from me? Talking about MLP. She's back. In other news, I found my dress. Now, believe it or not, none of the dresses you all sent me are the one that I picked. However, one of the links from there led me to a link to another place, and I ended up finding a dress. Now, brace yourselves, it's not navy blue. It's like a periwinkle blue. Cornflower blue, maybe even, might be the Crayola color. I am going to order it this week. It's not a long delivery on the dress. I think it's like 10 days. We'll get it and we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure. I will post a picture of it in the Bestieverse group, which we are not getting rid of. Fuck them, we're keeping it. Who cares? Use it for content. Don't care. Use it. I will post it. Now, I am a thick girl. Most pictures of dresses show up and it's all very, very skinny people that aren't even like what practical women look like. One of the things I really liked about this dress is it had pictures of women, real women, who submitted them wearing the dress on this website. And there was a couple thick girlies in there. And I was like, oh, it looks as good as I thought it would on me. I will say it has ruffles. It has a deep plunging V. It has long sleeves, and it has a rosette on the side. It also has a high slit. So there's subtle whoredom happening. It's a moment. And the way that these women paired this dress, I was like, this can look as rich as we want it to. And so, yes, you can dance in it. It's crepe. It's crepe. You're going to know. When I show it to you, you're going to be like, yes. So it is just dressy enough, but still casual enough where I can be comfortable. I'm really actually very excited about it. I'm good. It's $200, so it's a very reasonably priced. Maybe we have to do alterations on it. I'm not really sure, but for now, I'm very excited. Jeff is not in the wedding per se. Julia's dad is obviously walking her down the aisle. But Jeff is like in the wedding because he's my husband. I'm not sure what he's wearing. I'm not sure if he's going to wear a suit or a tux. I'm not really sure. I don't know. But TT has sent me a couple of dresses for me to look at for her as a guest. TT's not in the wedding. One of them has cutouts in the abdomen area. which is just very on brand for TT. I'm getting more and more excited about the wedding. I'm currently sifting through all of the messages I got from people for cake, hair, and makeup. I have sent them all over to Julia. And so she's looking through them. And I feel confident we will have everything on lock. I also must plan a bridal shower. And my daughter has expensive tastes, and unfortunately I do not, and I am not going to give into that. So when I asked her, where would you like your bridal shower? And she said, the Brick Alley Pub in Newport. I told her to go fuck herself. I said, Julia, there is no way I am spending $5,000 on a goddamn bridal shower. Okay? It's not happening. And she's like, but every part of this wedding is nostalgic. I was like, great. We're going to have it at the fucking Carousel in Fall River. Because when you were a child, I brought you there every goddamn day. We're not going to Brick Alley Pub for your bridal shower. We are still poor. Like, people have this in halls and they make it look good. This is a place where you get gifts. Why does it have to be a moment? Everything has to be a part of this aesthetic and this thing. And I'm going, no. I have to find a compromise of something in between. Keep in mind, this wedding on my end, I'm not complaining because my daughter is spending a lot of money. Or my ex-husband is spending a lot of money on this wedding. I've got to be down there for 3 days. So we're renting a thing for 3 days. I have to pay someone to stay at my home for 3 days. My friend Jay will, but I always give him money. I mean, I don't know. Completely, like, being very serious about this. I'm not sure, like, if we would have had the same kind of experience if it weren't for, like, this job, right? Like, if I still worked at Fall River Reporter making, like, under $500 a week, how would I be able to afford this wedding? By the way, this wedding came up very fast. She got engaged in May of last year. It's not like a 2-year wedding planning situation. It's been, like, go, right? Oops, hold on. It's an ambulance. You know what I mean? And I know she's been very stressed. TT did alleviate some of that stress by helping her with some things. I feel a little bit more relaxed. Also, it's tax season, so my tax refund this year was going to subsidize a lot of the costs associated with this. But this is a very expensive situation. Very expensive situation. Lots going on. Lots of things that we have to pay for. So no, Julia, we cannot have your bridal shower at the Brick Alley Pub because we're not millionaires, but I have to find something. We had TT's bridal breakfast. I don't think she did gifts. She didn't do a registry because this was like her second marriage or whatever, but we did a very nice bridal breakfast for TT at Townhouse or Duro, which is the restaurant that Jazel Correa used to own. He sold it, but it's very nice. It's more than nice inside. It's beautiful inside. And we had a really great brunch there. I suggested it to Julia, and she didn't respond to me, which means she didn't like it. Listen, I'm not sure, but people have these things in like halls, right? And then you add balloons and things. I don't know. Anyway, that's my next thing. Now that I've got the dress out of the way, I don't have to worry about George's dress because that gets picked by Julia. I don't have to worry about Jeff and Jack because they kind of go along with whatever. Jack's in the wedding. So that's done. Next, I'm on to bridal shower. which is going to take place the first week in April. So we're working on that. This morning, we were driving to school, and nobody is counting down to my first official big payday from YouTube more than Georgia. Georgia is very excited. I told her and Jack I would give them each $100 to spend on whatever they wanted. And I mean, we usually do that like at tax time. Like we give them $100. I mean, Jack is so much older now, but like it would always be tax time. We'd give them $100 and you can spend it whatever you want. So Georgia isn't payday today. I don't think so. I think it's Wednesday, the 21st. So last time I got my paycheck from YouTube, that was the one we got in December. And it wasn't a lot of money by any stretch of the imagination, but I Venmo'd each one of my children $100 and they were thrilled. Georgia now seems to think that because I made more money that I should give her more money. She's negotiating. And I thought to myself, I wanted to buy myself something symbolic for a productive month in December, something that I would have and I would always say, I got that when I did that. Georgia is a hustler. So I was talking to Georgia about that this morning, and she's like, you know what you should get, Mom? And I said, what? And she said, I think you should go and get a pair of cowboy boots from the Boot Barn. When we went there at Christmas time, I remember walking in there and I was saying, this is a place where if I had money, I would spend it. And I said that to Georgia and I didn't buy anything. But she's like, you should get yourself a pair of cowboy boots from Boot Barn. And I went, that's a good idea. So I think, and of course she parlayed this in, when you pick me up from school tomorrow, we should go to the Boot Barn. Because I remember when we went there to get her a pair of boots for Christmas, there was a lot of jewelry there that she liked, but we could not afford that. And so I think she wants to go back and get jewelry. Also, there was a sweatshirt there that she wanted. I don't know if anybody knows the brand Ariat, but it's like horse. It's actually named after Secretariat. So Secretariat. I don't know. It's Secretariat. So it's Ariat. Anyway, there was a sweatshirt there she wanted, but I was like, no. So I suspect that's what she's going to want to spend her money on. But now she is trying to lock me into a pick me up from school tomorrow and let's go to Boot Barn situation. And I'm like, I don't think we have to do it that fast, Georgia. But what that was leading to us having a conversation this morning. And we went to Dunkin' Donuts this morning because she had a gift card. So we were out of the house a little bit longer, out of the house in the car longer together. That conversation led to Georgia talking about like me doing what I love and how it took me so long to do it. And that she, of course, will never wait until she's in her 40s to do what she loves. She is going to start doing it way earlier, which led me to asking specifically, what is it that you would like to do? And she would like 10 acres of land in Maine with 50 chickens, 2 goats, and many cats. And a vegetable garden and fruit trees, pear and apple specifically, because what other trees are there? I think that's it. And how that is the only thing that she wants. By the time we got to that point, her friend was in the car and her friend was like, well, how are you going to do this? How are you going to finance it? And Georgia said what she was going to do for a job, which relates to her animal stuff, environmental things. And it sounds like this kid has a plan. My question to her was, how far away will this land be? And can I get up there like on the weekends and go live vicariously through you and clean out your chicken coops for you? Maine seems far as I'm concerned, but I believe her. I believe her wedding will not be anything like her sister's wedding, but hopefully will be with someone who loves her as much as Julia's fiance loves her. Some of you are new here and were not watching Jess Machado show back then, but those of you who were will remember we went to go look and pick out Julia's dress the day after the Wilbur, which was pretty much a disaster because of the car accident situation. So the next day we went to go pick out a dress, and Julia was trying on all of these dresses at this place in Rhode Island. And she was kind of whittling down the dresses and trying to decide between a couple of dresses. I already knew what dress it was going to be. From the minute she tried it on, I knew. And the woman there came over. And by the way, I love this place. Julie was the only person there. She had 2 attendants that were assisting her. And while she was trying to figure it out, the woman came over and she said, well, maybe this will help you make a decision. And she handed Julia an envelope. And inside the envelope was a letter from Aiden, which she read out loud to all of us. And it was about him talking to her in that moment. And the fact that he had like the foresight to not only think about what it would be like with her trying on a dress, but to write in a letter to encourage her to pick the one that felt right and that it would be beautiful no matter what, and to enjoy her time and what she was doing. But the fact that he gave it to this woman in advance, and this woman knew just the right moment to give it to her. I looked over at Aiden's mom and she was bawling her eyes out when Julia read it to us. And I started crying. And it was just like, I don't know, man. It took me a long time to get, I can't say that. I was going to say it took me a long time to get it right with my husband or whatever. But like, I really do care for my exes very much. You know, I don't even say that I got it wrong. It was the right for the time, I guess. You know what I mean? But like, my goal is that my kids get it right the first time. You know what I mean? I know that's advantageous, but I don't say that I got it wrong because I really do care for Ron and Jason very much. They're great guys. Oh, I know. It was very emotional. And then yesterday, I was cleaning out some things in Julia's room. She has a desk that Georgia was coming in and saying, like, is my sister coming back for any of this stuff? Because if not, I would like to take some of these perfumes. The letter was there. And so I moved it and put it into a drawer that has other things from the kids' boyfriends and girlfriends to keep for them, just in case, you know, we need it at a later time. But anyway, yeah, Julie and Aiden have been together since like 7th and 8th grade, like around that time. And then Jack is with his first girlfriend as well. So it's been about 2.5 years. And I don't see them breaking up either. They're very, very similar humans. And I mean, Georgia is only dating her boyfriend for 6 months or so, but gosh darn it, I think that they're a good couple too. Who knows? I'm not trying to be Victoria Beckham in this situation. I'm very hands off. I don't really get involved, despite what you might think. I don't get involved in that kind of stuff. I stay out of it. What I do is I make my home open to these individuals and make sure they spend a lot of time there. So I get to know them and their personalities. And so, I think a lot about why I didn't have successful relationships to start is because I couldn't date. I couldn't have a boyfriend in high school. My stepfather was that strict. I couldn't date. Never had anybody at my house, never had a boy at my house. So all through high school, when you're trying to navigate through social situations and getting to know people, I never had that. So my first boyfriend, I was out of high school. You know what I mean? And it's just, I was behind with everybody and everything. I mean, certainly made up for it in my fucking 20s, but I think making sure my house is open, and I totally recommend going on a short weekend vacation with the boyfriends and girlfriends to get to know them, to be around them when there's no everyday life shit happening. What's it like when you're just out there and relaxing and chilling? Are you fun? Are you nice? Do you play games? We play games. Do you play cards? Because we're a card family. You know what I mean? George's boyfriend comes to our house every week. I will say, just so you know, it is uncomfortable. I don't necessarily like having people in my house. Sometimes I like to walk around without a bra, especially on vacation. You're in a hotel or whatever. It is uncomfortable. I recognize why, my parents maybe didn't want to do that. They want their fucking space and their privacy. I sacrifice that willingly for my children so that they can have some sort of a normal relationship, or at least try. Who doesn't like being in their house just themselves? You know what I mean? When you bring in a stranger or another person, you got to get to know them. Then you're also wondering, is something that I say or something I do going to impact how that person feels about my kid? You never know. But those are the kinds of things you got to get through before they decide if they want to spend the rest of their lives with each other. Something that we did, Aiden was just yeah, I'm in. You know what I mean? Probably my husband, because Jeff and Aiden get along so well. But I don't know. You got to let these kids come to your house. You got to have them around. You got to eat with them. You got to share meals with them. Maybe this is completely normal for all of you. I'm just telling you that didn't happen with me. I never once could date. I could never bring a boy to my house. On the contrary, boy showed up at my house one time to give me a tape he made for me, a fucking tape. And my stepfather fucking said I wasn't home while I was standing at the top of the stairs crying because he wouldn't even let me fucking talk to the guy. So it's just some weird shit. So maybe it's normal for all of you, but not for me. If you don't and you feel like it's weird, open up your house to your kids' boyfriends and girlfriends. Let them come around. Yeah, I made me a mixtape. I still remember some of the songs on it. The guy's name was Brian Ruckle, and I thought he was cute. He was in my art class, and I was pretty good at art, but it was an underdeveloped talent. And he used to wear, I went to high school in Pennsylvania, so it's a little weird over there, but he used to wear Birkenstocks with Argyle socks in the winter. Anyway, I thought he was really cute. And I don't really think he picked up on it. Again, in high school, I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. And there's no fucking cell phones and no emails or shit. So how do you talk to somebody? You know what I mean? Phone. And I couldn't use the phone. So the guy found out where I lived and school was over, graduated. And he showed up at my house and I could hear him at the top of the stairs. I don't know if it was Jamie or somebody alerted me. It must have been Jamie because Jamie knew who he was. And said, Brian Ruckle is here. And I was like, what? And my stepfather was home. I was scared. I can remember exactly how I was feeling. I was scared shit, which is so fucked up. And I stood at the top of the stairs and my stepfather opened the door and this kid came to my house, whether he walked there, I don't even know. And he was like, hi, is Jessica here? And my stepfather said no. And he was like, oh, all right. He's like, can you give her this mixtape? And he's like, yep. Close the door. And I came downstairs and I was like, why didn't you tell him I was here? And he just handed me the tape and that was it. I can't remember every song on it, but World on a String by Frank Sinatra was on it. Creep by Radiohead was on it. And Get Me by Dinosaur Jr. was on it. And I played this thing over and over and over again. And then like 6 months later, we moved away and I never saw him again. Surprisingly, I haven't looked him up anywhere. I should do that. Should do that. All right, I'm home. What's going on the internets today? He made a mixtape. Yep. Step asshole. I know. He didn't play it for me on a boombox. Hi, Erin. Good morning. So today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. That's Bun Bun After Dark tomorrow. I am slightly preoccupied with political things right now. There's a lot of stuff going on politically. One of the most important things going on, I'll share this with you guys in case there are people that don't know. If you're a Republican only, you would have had to have been a registered Republican by December 31st. If you're an independent, unfortunately, this will suck for you. But the Democrats and the Republicans have a convention every 4 years where all of the Republicans get together and they vote on who they want to be their candidate going into the gubernatorial election. Okay. The Democrats have this and Maura Healey is their candidate and it's going to be a big fest. Okay. I don't know where they have theirs or when it is, but you're going to have Maura Healey. You're going to have all Ed Markey, Elizabeth Warren. They sometimes will bring in people from national political things and they come in and everybody, it's a big fucking party for a day. Okay. Everybody comes on stage. They all talk. It's like fun, right? Republicans also have one of those. And I was iced out of it last time 4 years ago, even though I was a registered Republican. Okay, let me explain this. Every single solitary city or town has a certain number of Republicans that can attend as a delegate and they vote. Okay, so we all will go and vote. Your Republican town committees have people that will vote on who goes. If you don't have a Republican town committee, I'm not really sure how this works, but you need a Republican town or city committee and they will have a caucus and you get to vote. Our committee will vote on who gets to be a delegate. That number of delegates comes to us based on an equation. So it's like however many people voted for the last Republican candidate for governor, they figure it out. I think we get like 18 people for Somerset. So say we get 18 people. Our committee gets first dibs. If people want to go, they say yes. And then if there's anybody else who is a Republican on the outside in town who would like to go, then we can add them. And then we do a caucus where we pick the delegates and we vote. Our caucus is coming up in February. And then our convention takes place in April. I have never been able to go to a convention, even though I was eligible. So think about this way, like we can send 18 people and it'll probably be closer to 20 because our state rep doesn't count towards the 18 and I don't count towards the 18. So say we send 20 people this year. Last 4 years ago, we could have probably sent 14, 15 people. And the people who were in charge of the committee here didn't open it to anybody. It's just the two of them, they went. So the delegation from Somerset was 2 people. And it should never be that way. This is going to be one of the most fun conventions ever. Okay. We very rarely have the excitement that we currently have right now. Remember when I went to that event last week or whatever, and the room was filled like 400 people? I've never seen that many people go. The convention is going to be fucking lit, and I am so jazzed for it. I am actually staying overnight Friday into Saturday. So it's April 25th or 26th. I don't know. It's the last Saturday in April. I feel like it's the 25th. But some of the candidates have like events the night before, and it's like party central. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to go. And if you are a Republican in your town, you should ask. Here's Jeffrey. Doesn't look happy. Oh, I got a wave. Hi. Nope, doesn't look happy. I guess apparently the meeting this morning did not happen as scheduled, like Tuesday morning meetings usually. So anyway, I'm getting very, very excited about it. There's a lot of great energy happening. So we had our meeting last night, but I'm distracted by some of these political things. It's very, very, very important. Nice pic of me from the event. Oh, the one that we went to last week. Thank you. If you live in a community PBR and they have not posted it or a meeting or whatever, and you don't know who, you can go to your town and you can ask them for the contact information for the committee. Or if you want to just message me, I can get you that information. Actually, say you live anywhere in Massachusetts, go to the Mass GOP website. Say you can't go to the convention. Say you're not a Republican, registered Republican by the 31st of December. Say you want to become a Republican and you want to join your RTC, but you don't know how to do that. You're going to go to massgop.com and you're going to get on the page, and on the page it says RTC chairs on one of the drop-down menus, and you hit the menu and you look for your town, and it'll have the name of your chair and their email address, and you can email them. By the way, when does the political show start? Probably on Tuesday. I know I keep putting it off. I want to get my new laptop, which is probably going to take place Thursday or Friday, maybe Wednesday. I just want to have my new equipment before I start. The second thing, I know I got sidetracked, but remember I said I was in Julia's room and I was like cleaning things up on her desk. I was actually completely redoing that room. So yesterday, remember I told you I said I need like more multiple backgrounds. So yesterday we moved out, I've basically dedicated this whole room now to this work. I've moved everything out of the room, and we actually have 3 separate sets in the bedroom now. So we have the Bunny After Dark set, we have the Jess Machado set, and then we have a political show set. And I'm still not sure because I'm going to test it out today with my laptop, but actually the camera situation in my bedroom, like my bedroom in the corner where those lights are and those things, that actually looks good on camera. So I'm going to test it again. I might do the political show from in there. It depends. I have to bring the lights in. But yesterday I spent almost like 3 hours reorganizing that room, getting everything set up, making it so the table can move freely between sets, and basically getting everything ready for my new laptop and my new equipment. I was on the fence about making Julia's old room into that, but because I want some nostalgia for her, I don't know. I mean, I need the workspace, you know what I mean? And so it is what it is. I was sad about it. I didn't want to dismantle her room. I left her desk with all of her things on her desk and her bed is on the other side of the room, but it's not even her bed because we gave her bed to Jack. So why are we holding on to this? I don't know, but I had a problem with it. And I kept thinking oddly in my head, like if I dismantled her room for the internet, like no good could come of that. And of course, George's practicality came into play and was like, Julia hasn't had a childhood room since she went to college. You know what I mean? Like she came back from college and completely changed her room. It was no longer her childhood room or her high school room. It was, she painted everything white. The aesthetic was more like grown up. And so now she's got her own house. And so I was kind of sad for it. But I'm all in on it now. So that was what we did yesterday. So I would probably say the only thing holding me back really is, and with everything, is the inability to be able to share screens, to pull up video, to be able to share articles. And a lot of the political show is that, grabbing daily articles from the Boston Herald, other kind of independent journalists. And that is a part of the show that must be there. And so new laptop is most important for that. So to answer your question, I would probably say as early as next week. I can see myself doing a daily political show, doing my morning 24 on 24, coming into the house, doing what I need to do, and then getting into the room and doing a show every day from 12 until 2, and then getting in the car and going and picking up Georgia at 2, and then doing Bunny After Dark on Wednesdays. Maybe eliminating the Saturday show. I've got, again, we try to revisit this and we have to see what everybody wants and what everybody likes. Does that make sense? Yes. So that's that. So, I mean, listen, I warned you guys this year was going to be a political year. It's a very important year for our state. So I'm excited about the convention. But going back to that, you got a small window. If you're a registered Republican and you aren't in your RTC, reach out to your RTC chairs through the website, like I said, and say you want to go to the convention and go up there and fucking party and have a great time. I mean, it's exciting and fun. And I mean, I can't wait. I think I'm bringing Jeffrey. He doesn't know it yet, but there is a fee. I think it's $125 a person to attend the convention. It's like basically a fundraising thing for the Mass GOP, which fuck it, I don't think they deserve it, but whatever. I'm not missing the convention this year for anything. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. It's time to take this to a fun, it's got to be fun too. It can't just suck. It can't all just be business. You have to have some fun and celebrating. And I don't know who's in charge of the convention. I'm not sure who's running it, but like if they're listening, which I know everybody does, please incorporate some fun shit into this, please. Like, please make it fun in some sort of way. I'm also willing to speak. I'd like to be a speaker. So talk about independent journalism and shit. Happy to do it. I won't swear, but can like it just be fun? You have a Pilates sanctuary right now? Yeah, I think, is this like what empty nesting is? You know what I mean? Like Julie is gone, It's okay. Who do you think will run in 2028 for hold on, I'm reading comments. Who's accusing me of posting from that account as she's sitting here doing this live? Ooh, tell me who? What's happening? Oh, for presidency. Hold on, let me. So where is she saying that I'm doing? Is she currently so I don't have a tablet. I have my singular old Android phone. I can barely read your comments. I cannot do anything. I'm not commenting. I'm not posting. I'm doing nothing but talking to all of you and trying to read 1 or 2 comments at a time. And that's it. 2028, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm assuming it has to be JD Vance. Like it has to be. But like, if by some chance JD Vance doesn't want to do it, I would take Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio in this role, currently where he is, has shown me flickers of presidential leadership and composure that I would really, really like to reward with a presidency, in my opinion. I think there's a great group of guys there, and they're all doing really great work. There's just something about Marco Rubio that, to be quite honest with you, my husband saw during 2016. My husband voted for Marco Rubio in the primary. Obviously I was all Trump right from the beginning, but I'm liking what I see with Rubio, and I'm hoping he can get out of this presidency unscathed, and that he can parlay that into maybe VP with Vance. And maybe Vance does 4 years, and then, but my bigger thing is who are the Democrats going to run? You know what I mean? Like, who are we going to see pop up? I've always got in the back of my head, Gavin Newsom is just going to come out of nowhere, not out of nowhere, but out of the destruction of California. You know what I mean? Did you guys see Spencer Pratt is running for mayor of Los Angeles? I'm fucking dead. I'm dead. I never liked DeSantis. Never liked DeSantis for president. Happy with what he's doing in Florida. But I've never liked him for president. I was leaning towards him in the group, like when we were still trying to figure out what was going to go on for this past election, but Rubio has exceeded all my expectations. When you get a political channel, will this one be, hold on, I missed it. When you get the political channel going, will this one be politics free? Maybe, maybe not. I can't see myself not talking about politics on here. I don't even touch on politics here. Like, this is not like what the political show will be like. The political show will be like, you have a state rep right now that went and did this crazy viral video where she's walking around in front of the state house, talking about ICE, right? And like doing, I don't know if you've seen this, but this video of this state representative, right? Where she's talking about ICE and all of this stuff like that and blah, 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 blah. My political show will be like, we're going to pick her because she's making a name for herself. She's running her fucking mouth. She's doing these videos thinking she's doing some sort of like God's work, right? We're going to pull up all of her voting records while a state rep. We're going to pull up everything that she has voted for, and we're going to show you everything that she has said yes to and everything that she has said no to. You can't go and do a video like that. You can't go and try to entice people to get crazy and all the shit. No, we're going to go and get all of your voting record. We're going to go look at everything that we voted for, and then we're going to talk about it, and we're going to break it down on the show. So we're not doing that here in the mornings because, again, we need to share screens. We need to show things on visual. This is not really political. This is not even close to how political it can get. And also, if you don't like politics, I'm not the girl for you. I would say 50% of my life is politics, whether it's small town politics, state politics, or national politics. It's a big part of who I am. It shapes the person I am when I speak to you about everything. And that's just where I am. So I'm not the girl for you. Because to be quite honest with you, not everything is like positive, happy, fun. Like there's some serious shit that goes on. You know what I mean? Like there's some serious shit that happens every day. And the only way to stop that from happening is to be involved in politics. At a minimum, if something doesn't go your way, you can say, at least I fucking tried. At least I tried. At least I voted. At least I was an informed voter. At least I ran. At least I tried to get on my school committee. At least I tried to stop what was happening in my school district. At least I helped a candidate get elected in town so that when it came time to vote on, you know, an increase in fees for trash, that my candidate said no. You know what I mean? My thing here is it is not hard to incorporate politics into your everyday life in a meaningful way where you can make a severe impact. Just think about what happened like on Saturday. What did I take? 2.5 hours out of technically my year for a special town meeting to go and sit in a room and listen to us talk about how we're spending our tax dollars. It's ignorant. It's ignorant for people to never be involved or pay attention or look and just blindly hand over your tax dollars every fucking year in the community you live in and not understand where it goes. And also, to be quite honest with you, what makes it so addicting is it is so easy to make change. It is so easy to convince people to see things your way. Like, I don't go here because I've had no success. I go to these meetings because I've actually been able to influence a vote in a way that I think some people, nobody has time to, really get into it. So if you care about something and you want to do the legwork and the homework, and then you get up in front of a room of 300 of your friends and neighbors, and you say, you know what? Before you vote yes on this, let me explain to you what I did when I researched, and then people vote and you swung the vote. Very powerful. You can do that. I'm a regular person, just like you. I never had a platform. I was just a little old person going into meetings and speaking up and giving my opinion. And just like I know, that if I say I feel a certain way, there is somebody else out there that feels the same way as me. Nobody out there is that fucking unique where your thought process is just only you. Even somebody like 5150 has people that agree with her. Do you know what I mean? So just speak up a little bit. Find something that matters to you. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, even if you don't want to get involved in the quote unquote politics part of it, is there something in your town that you wish happened? Go make it happen. Leave that legacy behind. Write your fucking obituary with it. You know what? MLP did this, 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 and this. And then you can say MLP was a strong advocate for the garden club in the town that she lived. Add it to your, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's true. She's an advocate for nothing. An advocate for fucking mental health awareness is what she is. I'm just saying, just if it matters to you, do it. And you know what? If it doesn't, that's okay too. I'm just letting you know that it's been, wait, your town beach is closed? Why? Why? I don't think people agree with 5150. They're just propping her up because they are anti-Turtle Boy and want to see him get taken down. That is quite possibly true. I need to develop the balls to be able to stand up for how I feel in my town. It's very one-sided here. It's probably not. I don't know what town you live in, but do you know what happened during the election? What were the votes? There are some really, really far left communities in Massachusetts. There are some. It might be hopeless for you. I don't know what community I don't know where you live, Heather. Like Wellesley is pretty bad. So if you're from Wellesley, I think, am I wrong? Is Wells? I don't have my laptop in front of me. Fell into despair. Town stopped funding. Now a group wants to reopen, but Conservation Commission makes them jump through hoops. That is tough, but Conservation Commission. So how are those people elected or appointed? So now if your Conservation Commission is giving you guys a hard time, then when is the next election for the Conservation Commission? Because now you need to get people on the Conservation Commission that actually want to reopen the beach, and you get them elected. And you start highlighting the people that are currently on it who do not want to reopen the beach, and you start pushing that information out and say, these people on here are stopping us. They're up for reelection here, here, and here. Here's our alternative. There is a way to do it. There is a way. It's a long game. It's not, that's the first thing I realized is you very rarely get the results you want right away. Lawyers to fight conservation must be expensive. You just need to change conservation, change the people that are on it. They're either appointed or elected. So if they're elected, then you run somebody against them. If they're appointed, then you have to find out who does the appointing. I can help you look that up. I've got a feeling conservation is appointed here. But just so that's a perfect example. Okay, the town feels like they want it. People want it open. There's no funding. Okay, well, the first thing you can do is you can secure funding. A citizen or a group of citizens in Somerset, say we want $250,000 for town signs and like a yearly event or whatever. We write up what we want to use the money for. You can do this in any town you fucking live in. So say I want $250,000. We want to do a Spirit of Somerset annual event, which is going to cost us $150,000, and we want another $100,000 to spend on signage to identify the town of Somerset when you come in and you come out with lights and everything like that, right? We're going to write up an article and we're going to say, we would like to appropriate $250,000 in tax dollars for this, this, and this. For the Spirit of Somerset, we would identify a committee that would be appointed by selectmen. And this would be used for an event that took place over 3 days in September. Like, you got to really iron it all out, put it all together. You submit it to the town and you say, we would like this to be on the annual town warrant. And if it gets approved, which it should, they can't keep it out. There may be some technicalities like legally, but you have an attorney can review it for you and they can maybe tweak it, but it has to get on. They can't keep it off. If a taxpayer or a group of people want some money to be spent on something, the town has to vote on it. So it has to go on the docket. So then it gets approved. Then the town gets notified, everybody in town, hey, we're having a town meeting. Here's a copy of everything that is on the warrant. Okay. Now, if you're like us, prior to that town meeting, when we were looking for money for a school resource officer, we did a little bit of PR. We went on a couple of radio stations and said, hey, we want to get this. And radio stations and stuff, they got nothing to talk about. So you're a group of people and you want SROs? That sounds great. So we talked about it. We made some yard signs that said yes to SROs. And we printed out 50 of them and plopped them on people's lawns. And then we called Channel 10 and we said, hey, look at these parents in town. They're trying to get SROs. Channel 10 comes down and interviews a couple people with some signs on their lawn. And now there's a little bit of buzz going. And then you go to town meeting and then the article comes up and you got people like me that get up there and speak and say, here is why taxpayers are asking for this amount of money for this. And you make your case. People who don't want it also get to go up. Like people, like we're coming up and saying, we need more mental health people, not more cops with guns. And then you had more people advocating this, and then the town goes and votes. And if the majority of the people, sometimes the votes are like, it's got to be the majority, simple majority. Sometimes it's 9/10 or whatever. Then you vote on it. And if it's a yes, the money is now being used for what taxpayers wanted. If it's a no, you come back at the next meeting and you ask for it again. You get feedback and you figure out, what was it that people didn't like about this? Oh, they didn't like that the cop was going to be just at the middle school. They wanted it to be at the elementary school too. Okay, we'll change it. And then you go back and you re-vote again 6 months later at special town meeting. Do we throw things at the people that disagree with? No. Because this is a perfect example. We went to the school committee and we asked them to add it to their budget, and they did not do it. So the elected body of the school committee would not appropriate $100,000 for a school resource officer in their budget. They had every ability to do that and all the power in the world. And for political, personal reasons, they chose not to. And they thought, well, now you don't get it. fuck you, we don't get it. We're going to go about it the old school way, and we got it that way. And then they look like assholes because the body said no, but the majority of people at town meetings said yes. And then you lose faith in those elected officials, and some of them don't run again. So that's how we handle that kind of stuff here. So that's how you handle getting your beach opened. You write it yourself. You put the money on the warrant yourself. You get your townspeople to vote for it, and then you work on how it gets spent. There is a way to do everything because you're the taxpayer. You have way more fucking power than people let you think you do. Sorry to go off on a rant on that. I'm just very I didn't know we had that kind of power. You have it. Use it. Get what you fucking want in this life. Stop just taking it up the ass from these politicians. Losers. Meow, 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 and the meow, 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 and the meow, meow, and it went meow, 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 and I went meow, 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 meow. Who wants to be the turtle girl? Me. Minus the jail. What else? Is everything okay? We, the people, are the top of the hierarchy, 100%. You just don't realize how powerful you are. Oh. Sorry. Hi, Phil. Good morning. You always think of Mr. Rogers when you meow? Oh. I'm trying to read the chat. Meow, meow, meow. What else do I need to know? Anything else? It's 9:00. Look how the people of Canton got the police audit. 100%. I have to yell stop. It's just Machado. My husband thinks I'm. Good morning, Phil. I need to call you about a story. Meow, meow, meow. It's about a lawsuit in Texas against a county for 1983. Meow, meow, meow. We need to know if 5150 is getting arrested for revenge corn. I honestly have absolutely no idea what's happening. Cyberchick, Jen Altman says you hired me to snoop. Number one, I do not subcontract out my snooping. I do that all on my own. Number two, Jen Altman is obsessed with me. Number three, I got a screenshot of Jen Altman saying that she is getting married in 2 weeks, right? Some sort of for those of you who say I call my boyfriend and not my husband, you won't be able to say that much longer because I'm getting married. I'm going to tell you something right the fuck now. If I was getting married in 2 weeks, wherever it was or whatever it is, I would not be on the internet trolling Jess Machado. Listen, this is, I stopped talking about Jen Altman because it looked like Jen Altman stopped talking about me. She did the Ray for Dallas shit. I did a little we talked about what she said. I listened to a little bit of it on the next show. I counterpointed some of this stuff. I was kind of I can't believe somebody would go all in on this theory on things when you don't really know the truth, whatever. Again, Jen Altman's not on my day to day. And she just can't stop. She cannot stop. First of all, I also have people in the Alties chat thing or whatever, right? There's so many people in there. Jen Altman has a ton of people in that group because I love that this person messaged me that this was a Free Karen Reed group first. And then it turned into Alties. Oh, Alties? Is that it? I don't know how it is. First of all, I don't really care if you have 3,000. I don't care if you have 10,000 people in a fucking group. I don't care about that at all. all I care about and all I would ever care about is if and when you speak about me, which happens to be quite frequently. And so, um, I I don't know how else to say this. I could really walk you through like my whole day from the time I wake up. And the only time these people come into my thought process is when somebody brings it up to me, which I don't mind. I don't tell people, listen, there's a point in time where I may say, do not send me screenshots of Jen Altman talking shit about me. Do not send me screenshots of MLP, or 5150 has bigger problems, but and whatever. Like there may come a time where I say that. I'm currently not in that era. Like, you can send them, but like, I don't think about these women unless they are writing or talking shit about me, right? Like MLP in my chat yesterday or on my page. So now I brought her up again. It's like, I can't believe you're back here. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know, Jen Altman posted something about me the other day, like, and I'm like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? What are you doing with your life? I don't know. Maybe it's because I have like so many different things I'm into. You know what I mean? Like, I've got a bunch of beach rocks that I've got to paint, and I have ideas for them, and I just don't have the time to sit down and paint them. Like, I've got so much fucking enrichment in my life. Like, I just don't wake up and be like, let me go fucking check Jess Machado's shit and then write a whole thing about it. I don't know. Maybe like they are in a different place than me because their kids aren't at home. I'm thinking like they only had one kid. Do they each have one child? Or I don't know. Like, it sounds to me like there's some empty nest situations going on there. I unfortunately can't vibe with that. Right. So, like, if I have to break it down between the two of these women, right? So I don't know the full situation, but I think they both have boys, and I think their boys are out of the house. Okay. So now you don't have any children to wake up to. You have no meals to make, no laundry. You don't get to do the things I do, like go to Target with Georgia, or, listen to Jack play the guitar, or go to your daughter's house, you know what I mean, for football on Sunday. Like, you don't have 5150 doesn't count because 5150's hate towards me is rooted in Aiden. Altman and Altman and MLP, their hate towards me is me. So like maybe they're missing like that part of it, right? And then I don't know what their husband or boyfriend situation is, but I don't know if their relationship with their significant other is anything like my relationship with my husband, which, by the way, is probably at the best it's been in years. And as you can tell, when there's no work, it's the weekend, Cations Jeffrey takes over, and we have a really great fucking time. It doesn't matter what we do or where we go. We're having a good time. We're going for drives. We're going to the casino. We're going to eat. We're going estate sales. Like, we're doing stuff together. So maybe they are missing the kid aspect of the life that I have. Maybe they're missing the relationship part of the life that they have. Then you get to the next part of it where in this arena where we all are, because this is where they are, there's a talent piece that's missing. So neither Jen Altman nor MLP, who we have both heard on Spaces, right, or YouTube channels or whatever, have shown any bit of entertainment value whatsoever. Okay. When you spend your only time on the internet on a audio stream like this, shitting all over another woman, nobody can see your talent. Nobody can see your interests. Nobody can see the depth that you have, your personality, your hobbies, or things that matter to you that you could potentially inspire anybody to want to have interest in or to share their own stories. What you inspire is hate towards another woman. So you're not showing us anything. Where, yes, I definitely do that. I'm currently in the middle of doing that right now. But I give you far more than that. I can be entertaining. I can talk politics. I can talk investigative stuff. I can tell you stories. Like, they don't have talent, right? They have nothing. And so when it comes to the next thing, so we've checked off children, we've checked off spouses or husbands or families, whatever. And then now we're checking off where we are in this world. Neither one of them could have a show. Neither one of them could get on and talk in the morning about anything other than me and or hate for other people. Jen Altman did it. MLP did it. All you see is and hear is hate. So they've got nothing. You're damn right they couldn't do a puppet show. Okay? You're damn fucking right. So now there's the talent piece that they don't have. So then you add to that their desire to be seen. They want to be heard. They want a platform. They want people to look at them. Jen Altman has a group where she posts in it all the time and people interact with her. She wants that attention. MLP put out, I want to do a space, but I don't have a platform. Can someone who has a platform do a space for me? And so they have this desire to be seen and to be heard. But again, all they bring to the table is hate and gossip. You can do that. We all have that in us, but that can't be the only thing you have. And so these women, then I don't know what their hobbies are. I don't know what they do for fun. But like, there's so many things in a day that I want to do that I just can't do. So what do they have where they wake up in the morning and their first thought is, I want to go type in Jess Machado's name into the search bar? Like, I don't do that. Check my phone history. I just don't do it. I don't think of them when I wake up. In the morning, I wake up and I think about my children. I think about my dogs. I think about Gingy. I think about my birds. I think about my children. I think about my husband. I think about my home. I think about politics. I think about so many things. They are last on the goddamn fucking list. So I guess what they do and how they feel about me is okay, but please balance it with something else. Please give people more. Show us that you are not as bad of a person as you look, because how it looks is it looks like you're just obsessed with me and you want to talk about me and be mean to me and make fun of me. And that's all we ever see. So I don't know. I don't know. If you really want change and you really want people to not like me, then you better make yourself likable. But these two women, 5150 is not in this group. 5150 is fighting her own battles. I am adjacent. These two, I've never seen anything like it. And listen, can I be very honest with all of you? In the back of my mind, every person that I am quote unquote friendly with here, who is friendly with Jen Altman, I have no choice but to keep at arm's length. Okay? And I know that that is a very hard concept for people to understand, but Aiden, Jimmy, and Kim are all in that category. If they are all friendly with Jen Altman and Jen Altman hates me so much, how can I be 100% okay with those people if they are friendly with her? Do you know what I mean? And I love Aiden very much. And I'm really becoming friendly with Jimmy, and I'm having a lot of fun with him. And Kim and I, we had that moment where things were like, okay, we're okay. But like, they're all friends with Jen. And Jen wakes up every day shitting all over me. And so let me like go through a scenario here where like, if somebody, I'm trying to even think, give me the name of a player who would shit all over fucking Jimmy every day and that I could possibly potentially be friends with. You know what I mean? Like I could never. I would basically be like, I don't want to fucking talk to you anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's about loyalty. It's about like protecting my own fucking arena. You know what I mean? So like I would never. I'm trying to like explain it. I always have reservations about anybody who maintains friendships with people that absolutely fucking hate me. You can have people that like just not their cup of tea. But like Jen Altman deliberately goes after me all the time. MLP deliberately attacks me, was behind an account that was putting up pictures of my body and all this stuff. Like MLP is not even a part of this, but like Jen Altman, I don't know. Jen Altman has friends. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. It's always in the back of my mind. So I don't know. I struggle with it. It's not even like, oh, okay, well, you know, Jen Altman goes and does her own thing or whatever. It's kind of like, if it were me, I would fucking call Jen Altman and be like, why the fuck are you like this? Stop fucking doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that that's what other people should be doing. Aiden has always had this thing. Like, I remember it specifically with Brian and with Nan. I had, I had an issue with Brian and Aiden was just like, no, man, he's cool or whatever. Like, I never went to Aiden and be like, you should stop being friends with Brian. I was just like, this is my take on Brian. And he was like, yeah, man, he's cool. Fine. Like, I don't want people, but my thing here is like, I can't go all in on people who are friends with someone who goes so all in on hating me. Does that make sense? And I'm struggling with it because I fucking really like Jimmy. I really, really like you, Jimmy. It's causing me a lot of stress lately, to be honest with you, because I'm becoming closer with Jimmy. And so I worry. Not about Jimmy himself, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I probably should have had that as a personal conversation than here, but I started talking about it. But like, my thing here is this is not unique to just on the internet. This is how I am in real life. There are people who have deliberately gone out of their way to like really try to ruin my life. That's not like a what's the word? Like that's not like a that's a serious thing. People have gone out of their way to try to ruin my life. If you're friends with those people, I want nothing to do with you. If you're capable of understanding what like Holly McNamara and Shauna Geary and Kayla Churchill did to me, and you know it, and then you are just like, I mean, I'm friends with her or you interact with her. We cannot be friends. We can't be friends. Like, we can't be friends. Because if you want to be friends with someone who deliberately hurts me, we have no common denominator there. And I'm obviously not the kind of person in my life that would turn an eye to somebody doing that to somebody I care about. So it's not unique to the internet world. It's the same in real life. I can't be friends with people who are friends with people that hurt me. Because how do I know what that relationship is like? How do I know if that person one day is talking to you about me and you're just letting it go? You know what I mean? Or how do you know at one point, like something that person does may tip the scales? Kayla Churchill is a perfect example for it. And this is not you, Ben Rosa, at all. But there have been people who, Kayla Churchill has always on the surface kind of like been maybe just okay, right? And I would be like, nope, this is not a good person. This person has been attacking me. She's trying to get me out of my RTC. And people wouldn't listen to me. Nobody would listen, right? Then she goes and puts out this fucking video. I lose my studio, right? Then she does some other shit not related to me and gets fired from her job. Now everybody's like, oh, fucking Kayla Churchill's terrible. I've been telling you fucking Kayla Churchill's been terrible for fucking 2.5 years. You didn't fucking listen to me. I don't want to be friends with you anymore. You didn't listen to me. I don't need friends. I don't fucking need friends. I don't need people. And also, like, believe me, there are people that I saw, like, at the event last week who fucking mentioned the shit with Kayla Churchill, and I was not fucking nice to them about it. I wasn't nice. Like, oh, it looks like Kayla's like gone. Are you going to be running? Yes, I'm going to be fucking running for state committee. And I don't want to fucking talk to you about it. Because I told you that girl was a fucking problem a long time ago. I don't come out here and start shit with people for no fucking reason. There's no reason. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. But if I am starting shit about people and talking about people, it is fucking earned. Denim and Felt is saying sometimes people have to figure it out for themselves, unfortunately. That is a very good statement. Like the stuff with Grant is really kind of getting to me. Like, I will not ever forgive Grant for his behavior. Like, I'm not forgiving somebody for acting that way. Like, people have a choice to act a certain way. Like, no. I don't care what kind of a fucking spaces you hold. I don't care if today you're on this team, and I don't care if today you're spitting facts, or if today you're letting people come in and drop bombs and that's really exciting. Abso-fucking-lutely not. No. Why? What's the value of that? And I don't expect people to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, if Nurse Kim doesn't ever want to fucking talk to me again, Kim has every fucking right to stand on that ground and be like, you know what? I don't like how this shit went down. I don't like the things she said about me, and never fucking talk to me again. And I actually think that's the way it's going to go. Okay. I think that's the way it's going, to be honest with you. And I know that Jimmy like brokered this little fucking peace deal or whatever, but I don't think Kim has any interest in ever fucking talking to me again. And she has every fucking right to do that. Every fucking right. I don't understand the Grant situation. I do not understand the Grant situation. And if everybody is like all team Grant right now because Aiden has anointed it as such, just know that on some days Aiden thinks like everybody is like okay. He goes back and forth on this stuff all the time, including women. So to me, like if today Aiden's like, oh, Grant is great, blah, 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 it's okay. I'm just going to wait for him to turn around and say Grant is not great. And I'm just going to stay on my island where Grant is not okay. Grant is a fucking problem. And I'm just not getting, I don't know. My island does not include Grant. See what I mean? Soft launching Grant and Lindsay. And I fell for the Lindsay shit. Not fell for it. I rationalized it. She's helping. So we've got to be like, okay, Lindsay, you want to come on my show? She messaged me first. I would never message her first. She messaged me first. And then what does she do? The bitch fucking turns around and she does the spaces about me. It just goes to show, like, just don't do it, Jessica. Keep the circle small. They're treating Grant like Lindsay. Play nice and get what they can out of them. I'm not about it. I'm not about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I have a big decision to make. I have a restraining order renewal coming up in May. Okay. And so it has been renewed already. So we had the first year, I got it again the second year because I anticipated I could possibly see him at the Karen Read trial. As I get closer to this date and I start thinking about potentially being in a courtroom with him, potentially being in a press box with him, I start to get fucking anxiety. I start to feel like, who knows if he's going to act a certain way? That is what brought me to this position in the first place. You know, some of you are acting like Grant didn't like look at your tits in a press box and like make lips and like wink at you, because that's what I think of. Can you imagine Ted Daniel doing that? Can you imagine Sue doing that? But that's what Grant did. Or when we're in the press box, Grant is talking about me and saying shit about me 2-3 feet away from me to other people. Can you imagine any of these other people? You can't even imagine Aiden doing that or me doing that. We never did that. There's decorum and there's a certain way to act. And Grant never acted that way. He's disgusting and he's unhinged and he's unstable. And so I don't know why we're all forgiving this guy and we're all moving past this behavior. You can. I'm not. Absolutely not. And to be honest with you, I always felt fucking weird and dirty about the Lindsay shit too. But I was convinced by Aiden that this was not he didn't order me to do anything, but he was like, Lindsay's going to be helping. And, I could see that he was treating her with kid gloves and, she's better on this side than, pissing inside the circle is better. No, pissing outside the circle is better than pissing inside the circle. Fine. I never felt okay with about it. And then it was fine. Okay, fine. And then what happens? It just goes to show you I was right. I should have just stuck to my ground and that's it. So we're reverting back to that. And there's a lot of other stuff that's currently happening right now that I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to wait for it to play out in this whole arena of shit and people and stuff. But there's some shit going on. People act weird. People do weird shit. You know what I mean? People say and people do things, and there was another Spaces last night talking about Grant. Yeah, I mean, it's I'm not spilling the tea. Moon's over my hammy. Not. No. Head down. Heads down, thumbs up. Three Spaces talking about Grant Space. Aiden always trusts the ones he shouldn't and distrusts the ones he should. It's very weird. I don't know necessarily about that. Jess, do you have more green paint like Studio? I liked the color. Green paint, which one? Um, I also don't have, I used to, but I don't have it anymore. I don't have that need for instant gratification the way that I used to. I learned, I'm talking like over the course of like 5-6 years, that putting something out on the internet and getting people to react to it is like dopamine, right? And it's like, you want validation. You want people to say, yes, you're right. And, oh, like I don't know. It's not, I hate to say it, but I've had some very good mentors in politics that have taught me about and strategy strategy and trust and patience and confidence in being right. And that has gone a long way with me. There has definitely been a shift in how I act because the payoff is far greater than those instant payoffs where, you know what I mean? Like, wow, I put up, I'll put up posts and things like that, but like I'm talking about real important things and especially in this YouTube X arena, you know what I mean? Like in politics, I've seen the same thing. Like it's maybe it's because I'm just getting older. You know what I mean? I don't really know. And I'm not even I'm not skilled at it and I'm not 100% where I need to be, but there is definite value in fucking waiting and letting things show themselves. I don't need to show them because then it looks like I'm doing it for my own reasons. It's almost like let people do their shit, take note of it, and then when it all comes to light, then be like, yeah, here's how I knew that that was going to happen. I don't need to be right. But I am right. I am fucking right about a lot of this shit. A lot. And if you doubted me, just look at how Brian acts. Just look at how Brian acts. Ben, who do you have as a guest for tomorrow night? People's true colors always show eventually. Also, I have a lot of faith. How big is the bridal shower going to be? I think we have to. The Wharf in Warren has that nautical vibe. Casey, that's where we had Julia's graduation dinner for high school and Jack's high school graduation dinner. It is on the short list. Yes. I think we are going to have around 60 women. It's pretty big, maybe 70. We have to go through the list. Um, I'm scrolling, but I can see one at a time. 51 Furious is Meredith. Yes, I was initially mad at you about Brian, even though I didn't really watch him. Now I totally understand. I get a lot of that sometimes. People were like, in the beginning, I unsubscribed to you after the Brian shit. And that is, again, like, I had confidence in what I was dealing with Brian. Like, there are some people I'm kind of wishy-washy about. Like, I don't really have 100% vibe yet on people. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of who would fit that category where I'm just not 100% sure yet. Um, I don't know. I can't think. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not sure. I think isolation is Skip here. Can someone read to me what Skip's super chat says? I can't see it when I'm on my phone. Good morning, Skip. Sagievich says, I always bring myself back to Brian and how I was mad at you and unsubbed. I I was so confident in what Brian was. I was willing to lose the subs and deal with the hate. And boy, there was a lot of hate. There was a lot of hate for a while. But I know you all on the inside are going, she was right. Bitch was right. I see I also have a lot of faith in you guys. Like, I'm not saying I know every single I currently it shows me that I have 3,758, 59, 58 people watching, right? 3,700 people across all these platforms, right? I don't know all of you, but I would like to think that each and every one of you can think for yourselves, pays attention, and has your own feelings. And maybe you don't talk about them and maybe you don't share, but I think you all get it. You guys and I are the same. We all think the same. We're all just cool moms. We're all regular moms. You know what I mean? So like, I think you all get it. And so let's all just silently be hanging out here, all getting it. And then when it all comes out, like, then we can all go to town, like Naniel. Like, we all kind of knew it was weird that Nan was dropping super chats for $500. Who the fuck has that kind of money? And who, if you do, chooses to spend it on this? Who chooses to spend it on? Maybe I would. Maybe if I was wealthy, there would be signs. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. Do I know you're 1000% wrong about me? Yes. Who? Erica Walsh is in here. Okay, here's my take. That is one that is completely normal and completely real. And that is not a person that I would ever say, like, there's just an authenticity there that is unmatched, to be quite honest with you, in the arena. You know what I mean? Unmatched. She and I were texting the other day and she was driving her daughter back to school. And I was just like, yep, I 100% relate to this person. I'm lucky she likes me. That's how I feel. Good morning, Erica. Thanks for liking me. Like, that is somebody, G.I. Josie, have a good day. Um, but we talked about this too. Like, I really like, and again, now Erica's here, so she may have missed what I said in the beginning of this, but like, what's missing from the lives of the women that attack me is like actual fulfilling lives with substance and depth and good relationships. And if you have those things, you're untouchable in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I say it all the time. Like, if you really want to fucking get to me, if you really, really want to get to me, the only thing you could ever do is you could try to convince my kids that I'm a shitty mother. And that is an impossible task because I have raised them with love and all these years have devoted my life to parenting them. So, there's this new thing, right, where somebody mentions to me last night that they were arguing with an account about like the handshake that my husband and have. They brought it up on Rat House Media last night. So my husband and I have this handshake that I think the couple of times he's been at the studio, we've done it for you. This is a handshake my husband and I made when we were dating. Okay. We were like sitting on the back patio one night. We were drinking and listening to music. And I think it was me. I was like, we should come up with a secret handshake. And we made this secret handshake then. This is going back 13 years ago. And we do it all the time. And yes, it 100% ends at the end with Jeff like making a hand jerking motion and me sticking out my tongue like I'm just like, getting a facial from my husband because it's my husband. If you catch me doing that handshake with someone that's not my husband, then you should exploit that. That's a handshake between me and my husband because we're fucking funny and we like each other. And I'm sorry, are people not having sex? I continue to be perplexed by this. Are people not fucking? Are we in some sort of a world where people aren't fucking? I'm confused. This continues to baffle my mind. You want me to believe that you're mortified with the handshake between me and my husband where he simulates jacking off on my face? That's offensive to you? That We've all lived through the Lindsay Gattani fucking fake pregnancy era, and that's offensive to you between a husband and a wife. That's getting you. That makes me some sort of like degenerate in this society. How? How? I don't fucking get it. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that this was the YouTube channel for people that don't have sex. Is this the 24 on fucking 24 virgins? What's going on here? Close your eyes and think about the last time that you can't. We can't. It's Tuesday at 9:49. But somebody's like, oh, if that were my mother, I would ask for them to put me up for adoption. Do you think my children think that I've never had sex? Are you nuts? What are you talking about? Why? My children know how they got here. It's this weird sex shaming shit that has been going on for a real long time. And I'm just telling you right now, it doesn't work. Mindy, of course you showered and I'm still on. Yes, we are so back. We are so back. We are 2 seconds away from pulling out of this driveway and going somewhere. Who's in the chat that said facials every week? I don't talk about my sex life. I really don't. But that's a handshake between Jeff and I. We do it all the time. You catch us out at the casino one night after like 2 Crown Royals and a Red Bull, we may be doing it in public. But that's just, what do you want from me? I'm not going to, again, like Alex Cooper started off with Call Her Daddy and talking about the Gluck Gluck. And now she interviews fucking famous people. I'm dying to know who's on Wednesday's show. I think it's Monica Lewinsky, but I'm not sure who it is. Like, I don't, it's okay. It's okay. It's moderately sexual. You went to the dispensary and I'm back and you're still on. Correct. Everybody should do that next time and be like, let's start a thread. I'll start it on X when I'm done. And it'll be like, I went and did this and Jess is still on her live. I know this sounds crazy, but I actually think like my YouTube channel has actually made my relationship a little bit better. Whether that stands the test of time, I don't know. We'll have to revisit it. But life is a little bit more fun with this YouTube channel and the besties. And in small ways, every day is just a little bit better. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop where it becomes not better. Even the bad things like the fucking losing the studio sucked, and MLP and her crazy shit sucks, and Jen Altman and her shit sucks. But like, I would say like the majority of this is better. Financially, it's better. Interacting with people and getting to know people is better. The very thoughtfulness of like people who watch and listen is better. The laughs make it better. I don't know when the bad part is going to happen, and I'm sure it will. But for now, I just think like doing this has made my life so much better. And it is definitely, despite Jeff's angriness, has made him happier. You know what I mean? And then that makes me happier. And so I'm not going to say like it's good that like strangers and the internet have made my marriage better, but it has. You know what I mean? I don't even know why. I'm not sure. There's got to I want the ability to revisit this and talk about this at another time, but I know that there are so many stories about the internet and shows and people and stuff, and it's bad, but I almost don't want to admit how much I really enjoy it because it's fickle. It can be taken away at any day. Who knows? You know what I mean? But like, I don't know, man. Are there are there people on YouTube talking about fucking the shit that 50-year-old women talk about? I don't know. I can't find them. I don't know where those shows are. I don't know where those people are. I haven't found them. So I don't know. I just like my life so much better with this. It's great. All of these small little problems I have are just small little problems. You're 38. It's okay. We'll allow it. Oh my God, Monica Lopes, a thread of the craziest place you've ever had sex. In my bedroom with all my kids in their rooms still up. That's that's crazy. Try being a parent with all your kids and their one kid's on their fucking DS, one kid's like playing just whatever. In my closet with the door barricaded. Oh, thank you. I missed that comment, but said something about seeing me um selectmen's meetings and things and always been impressed. Thank you. Eric is 38, 39. She's so wise for her age. She's a baby, I know. Oh, Erica, you were on Grant Spaces yesterday? What the actual fuck? So anyway, I just like it here. I like it here. I don't not like it here. I'm happy with it. I'm happy. I like it here. It's fun. It's great. I do think there does have to be some sort of authenticity, and I think I've always been really good at that. I mean, just so you know, just to set the bar exactly where it needs to be, I don't show you everything about me. You know what I mean? I don't show you the worst of me. You don't see that. You know that, right? Although I don't see the worst in me a lot lately at all. Um, the worst part about me that gets exploited by people is my financial situation and any inability to pay my bills and all of those things. And, you know, it's such a shitty fucking rep that I get from people because, again, like every day I prioritize like things other than careers and money. You know what I mean? And sometimes that cuts it very close to the line where you can't afford stuff, and then you adjust and you pivot and then you can. I don't, my thing is if I raised my three children to live that way, then I could definitely see some sort of badge of like degenerate status, but each one of my children are being cultivated to not be the way that I was, to find that balance between work, earning money, and happiness, and like genuinely enjoying life that I did not have. Not blaming, not pointing fingers at parents or step parents or anything. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't know. I think some people have been brought up behind the eight ball their whole lives. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people. It starts early. I hate to say it. And either you have the integrity to get around it or you don't and you fail forever. I was one of those people. I just failed forever at it. You know what I mean? Forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. Always. Is my stepdad still living? Yes, he lives literally right across the water from me. He lives a quarter of a mile from Julia. He lived in New Jersey for 29 years, or Pennsylvania, where we moved to. We moved down to Pennsylvania in 1991, right? In September of 1991 for a job for him. And my mother chose to stay married to him and move down there. Even though, even then, right? Even then, I know TT and I talked to her and said we didn't want to go. Please don't move to Pennsylvania. We don't want to leave grandma. We don't want to leave our family. We don't want to go with him. And I'll never forget my mother saying, I want to give him another chance. And I want to see if we move down there, if it's different, right? If you wonder where I get my fucking we take no prisoners attitude, it's because I was raised by a mother who gave men chance after chance after chance. And that just not how I live. So what did we do? We sold our childhood home when my mother could have easily have fucking divorced him and kept that house and we could have lived here and whatever. No, we sold our house. We sold everything we had, all of our childhood shit, took all just enough to move down there and move down to Pennsylvania. And in a matter of 4 years, he divorced her, found a woman that was, I think she's only 5 years older than me. And my mother then got ruined in the divorce because she had nobody advocating for her. And also, like, of who she is as a person, she didn't get what she deserved or what she needed. She played the victim and just took what he fucking said. And she got shit and she got nothing, including no alimony or, no child support for me and Titi, who had just turned 18. You know what I mean? And we weren't in school, so she got nothing. So she went from like living a very well-to-do life down there with 2 incomes, big incomes, to getting a divorce, coming up here and having 3 kids and getting a measly child support for just one of them. Even at 18, 19, I knew it was a fucking disaster. Okay. He stayed down there. We moved up here. Life completely changed for me. I can tell you that. I was no longer under the thumb of an abusive stepfather. I actually could breathe. That's the best way I could say it. I could breathe. TT went balls to the wall and started doing all of the things we couldn't do. Took me a little longer to get into it. TT went straight in, head first. TT was at the clubs. She had a boyfriend. She was drinking. She was partying. She had a job. It took me a little bit longer to ease into it. Fucking TT. TT was just like, oh, I can do what I want now. Great. And then just last year, so he eventually ended up getting a divorce from the second wife. That was a disaster. You can look up, you want to look up court records and police records, look up that shit, because the second wife, she had no fucks to give. She was not going to allow him to do that shit to her. And she fucking, she got him. Cause he got arrested. So we stayed down there and then, he moved up here, last year. And he is retired and he lives up here now. This is where his family is. I have seen him in my town because my younger sister, who we don't talk about and I'm tired of people putting shit up about her. I'm estranged from my younger sister. So is TT. My younger sister has a very close relationship with my stepfather. He is here. And sometimes I see him heading to her house, in town. I've seen him, I've seen his car out at places. I've had people message me and say, oh my God, I'm here. Your stepfather is here. It is a very different situation because he is local. That has brought up many unfortunate feelings. When he lived far away and there was no chance of interacting with him or seeing him, it was definitely peace. And that was for 20 some odd years. And now he is here. He lives in Fall River. He lives a quarter of a mile from where Julia is. And it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. I know TT and I have talked about it at length. Not good. Not good. Does he bother your mother? No. No. I don't like to talk about it because I'm not going to whatever, but like I know my mother, like my mother will sometimes get information about him or something that happens to him from like my other sister or through the grapevine, and then my mother will bring it up to me And I will have to say to my mother, I don't fucking care about that man. Don't talk to him. I don't know if it's just like, my mom's older. So like she wants to talk about it or she thinks it's like gossip worthy or whatever. Like it's only because I don't think my mother truly understands the depth of like the abuse for me. But like I don't even like to hear about him. And I went through an era where I was in the forgiveness stage with him. He got remarried and I really, really, really liked his now ex-wife. Um, I really like her. And I still talk to her. Um, I tried. You know what I mean? I had Julia, then she had, or did she have her son? Yeah, she had her son first. She really tried to mend the bridges between me and my stepfather. She really worked hard at that because I think she saw the best in him. And so she wanted it wouldn't make sense to her early on, like at that time. Why wouldn't he talk to his stepchildren that he raised? You know what I mean? Like she wanted it all to work. But it didn't take her long to figure out that he's crazy. And so things really all fell apart during that time. Like I stopped really trying to care. Also, like it's another thing you don't want to talk about, but like for a while, there was a very sincere desire to get in his good graces. There was a very sincere desire to show that I wasn't a loser or that I didn't fuck up all the time or that I could be a high functioning member of society or that there was a reason for him to feel pride towards me. Those were all very weird, superficial feelings I was having. I think that's normal from what I gather. When you have people that abuse you, there is still some sort of like a way where you want them to like you and care for you. I worked through that in my 30s and I worked through it, I think, very normally. And I realized that there was no real substance to that. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. I just think, and I think TT also went through that too, where she was just like, you want to have something there and you try to make it better and you also try to heal and you also, you know what? No, no, no. Because to be quite honest with you, if you really start like sitting there and you thinking, it's not one of those situations where you can say, well, all of the good outweighed the bad, right? You put in the column, okay, well, what about this and what great this was? And look at what we did and the family vacations and all of these things, right? All good, good, good. And then you put the column of all the bad things, right? And you go, well, there's far more good than there is bad. The weight of the bad needs to be considered. How terrible the bad things actually really were. So if there's, 10 memorable moments in my childhood that were bad and there were, 50 really good ones, okay. Well, what were the bad ones? Oh, they were pretty fucking horrific. You know what I mean? So they carry more weight. We need a weighted system when it comes to that kind of stuff. I think there was a point where I was constantly looking for his approval and you never got it. I don't even know how long that lasted, but it wasn't very fucking long. It wasn't very long. Like I think I went through it and I think it was socially like, he's remarried and my younger sister was a part of that family and she was in their wedding and TT and I were like trying to find our place and yes, it was okay and whatever, but like the undercurrent was I fucking like I don't like him. Anytime I was around him and I was trying to make amends, there was that undercurrent of fucking I hate you. I just hate you. That will never change. I will never get over that. I will never forgive that. Never. And you know what? Like, I'm not saying I've never been happier about it, but like, I don't know. I'll tell you what. My husband hates my stepfather. I'm not sure Jack and George's dad, or even Julia's dad, really have ever heard the stories because I didn't talk to them in the way I talked to Jeff. But Jeff knows and TT has talked to and corroborated those things. And thoughts and prayers for my stepfather if he's ever alone in a room with Jeff Machado. I can tell you that. How old were you when your mom got with him? My mother was pregnant with my sister, Katie. Yep, pregnant. They're gonna have a cup of coffee. That's how Jeff, he's just like to just want to grab a cup of coffee. I will tell you, whatever. I not gonna get into it. One day, like right after he moved back up here, my mother was going to babysit for my sister. And my stepfather was going to a concert or something with my sister and her husband, and my mother was going to babysit. And my stepfather was waiting to go to my sister's house until after my mother got there, so they didn't interact, which is like totally fine. But I was driving, and I don't know where I was driving, but my stepfather's car was parked in the parking lot up at the top of my street. And I got like a sick fucking feeling in my stomach. And I was just like, this is too close for me. Too close. And then at the same time, it's like, I hope I run into him somewhere when I'm with my husband and my kids. You know what I mean? Like, I hope. Because, Jeff is a stepdad. And I'm going to tell you something. Never in a million goddamn years would I ever empower my husband to punish Georgia by not cleaning up properly after dinner, and empower him to go and say, go up in your room and you're not going anywhere until you write 5,000 sentences. I will make sure I vacuum the kitchen floor properly after dinner. Like, not only would I never empower him to do that, I would never stay with a man that did that. There is a way to be a step parent, which is to like support the parental role in the household, know your lane. And we don't always get it right. You know what I mean? There's sometimes that doesn't quite work and it doesn't quite click, especially when you have exes and co-parenting and schedules and all of that shit. But there is a way to fucking do it. What we dealt with, fucking crazy. Read about it in my book. He's fucking psycho. He's a fucking psychopath. He has zero redeeming qualities. He's just a psycho. Is it hard to forgive your mother for that? I have. Want to write a book? Yep. Wait, let's write a book where everybody gets their own chapter about their own childhood trauma. Let's just call it Bitches Have Something to Say. What would happen if you didn't want to write the sentences? Great question. He would add more. There was no way to get out of it. I could cry. There was no way to get out of it. If you didn't do the sentences, more sentences came on. If you didn't meet a deadline, more sentences came on. And it was just like this overwhelming feeling of like, you can't get out of it. So you either had to tackle it head on and get it done, or the consequence, which was like an overwhelming feeling of never being able to get out of it. And if there was something coming up or we were going somewhere, like I wouldn't be able to participate if I had sentences to do. And so it forced you to have to hurry up or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, in a fucked up, crazy way, it is literally what made me into the way I am, which is I still tackle things head on, and I don't think there's anything that I can't get through. But yeah, I was fine until I started thinking about that feeling, but that feeling of not being able to finish it, not being able to get it done, being in my room and sitting there and like being distracted by looking out the window and watching people outside when I knew I was supposed to be writing the sentences, and like I didn't want to, and being defiant and looking outside my bedroom window while I was lying in my bed. And I'm like, if I could just get these done, I could get outside and I could play. But so come at me, Jen Altman. Come the fuck at me, MLP. What are you going to do? I've been through some fucking shit. You can't break me. You can't break me. What are you going to do? You know what? You want to break me? Send me a package of fucking yellow legal pads to my house, because that's what I used to write my sentences on. Yellow fucking legal pads. Send them to my house. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't care. My kids have never experienced that. They'll never have to go through with that. They don't know what that feels like. They know love. They know support. They know encouragement through regular, everyday shit that gets my kids to be high functioning members of society. You don't have to do. I don't think about that. I treat my mother with kindness and love, and that's it. That's my mother. She's worthy of all of that. He is not. All right. The longer I stay on, the odds of me crying increase. Listen, I just do the best I can. Okay? I do the goddamn best I can. Not feeling safe in your home, the anxiety. Yeah, we've all been through it. Terrible. And also, you know what? I'm sure on days where it sounds like we feel like we're being dramatic and we can get through it, and it is what we can do that too. Everybody has to handle it in their own way. I don't recommend using drugs or alcohol. Raw dog it like I do, and just whatever. You know what I mean? My revenge is that I have 3 children who absolutely love me. That's it. That's my revenge every day. And I know he listens and I know he watches. I know that. And my revenge is, look at my fucking kids. Look at how you can raise children to be happy, to feel loved, to not be scared, to not have anxiety, to not have fear about anything. Look at my kids living in a household with a stepfather who hangs out with them and is like, okay, maybe Jeff isn't the best loving kind of person, but like he's certainly never going to fucking hit you. He's never going to punish you. He's never going to stop you from living your life. Look at my kids having healthy relationships with friends and boyfriends or girlfriends. That's my revenge. Not even me, not even this channel, not even my fucking paycheck tomorrow. That's not revenge for me, because that's nothing. It's them. It's them. A whole new generation of Jessicas. That actually just made me laugh hysterically. There's 3 more kids that are going to be in this world that if they see you coming on the sidewalk, they're going to just be like, ew, ew, ew. Loser. 0 contributions to society, that man. 0. Actually, you know what? All my haters should should really have a problem with him because he made me the way that I am. So gentlemen, you should really have a problem with my stepfather. It's his fault. Meow, 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 meow. All right, it is, what time is it? It is 10:18. There they are, the meows. Don't feel sorry. We don't feel sorry. We just had like a little moment here. That's fine. I got a little choked up because I read a comment where somebody's like, what happened if you didn't do the sentences? More sentences. That overwhelming feeling of fuck, I am never going to get these done. Never going to get these done. But I got them done every single time. That man never took the sentences away. Never was like, oh, you didn't finish. No. Always had to finish them. I remember one time, I'm going to tell you one story and then we're going to go. Your mom still thinks you're fat. I am fat. I told you, my stepfather gave me the nickname Porky. It's all right. One time, I was punished for who the fuck knows. Certainly nothing egregious. Not doing drugs, not doing alcohol, not having sex, not doing any of these things. Something like I didn't finish my sentences, wear my glasses, or fucking vacuum the kitchen floor properly, okay? So it is 8th grade year. I went to Catholic school. We had like 28 kids in our class, okay? And it was the end of the year dinner dance. Okay. So it's a dinner dance for the 28 fucking kids in our class. Very small, intimate class at Holy Name School. And my mother took us to the Express to go get our outfits because we never had a problem dressing nice. There was always money for nice clothes. So we went to the Express and TT and I bought identical outfits, but of course in different colors. TT's was black and mine was white. And it was like these skirts with these shirts with like medallions all over them. Probably one of my favorite outfits of all fucking time. Okay. So it's our dinner dance and I was grounded. Okay. And my stepfather told me that I could go to the dinner portion of the night. But as soon as the dinner portion was done and the dance and the DJ started, I had to leave. Okay. And I will never forget that the night that it was going on, my mother and my stepfather were going to a concert and his sister was supposed to pick us up and bring us back home. And she came and I was so embarrassed that I had to leave. It didn't make sense to anybody in the class, the teachers, anybody, that I couldn't stay. There's 28 kids. And like, why do I have to fucking leave? And I didn't want to say I was grounded or I was whatever. I just said I had to go. And I couldn't enjoy myself because I knew I had to leave. I couldn't enjoy myself because I was embarrassed because I was going to have to leave. I couldn't enjoy myself because I had a twin sister who was staying. She got to stay and I had to leave. And it was just fucking miserable. And so my aunt came and picked me up and I came outside and she said, I'm going to go and run an errand or two and I'm going to come back and I'm going to get you in an hour. And I was so scared to say yes. And she was like, nobody will ever find out you're okay. And I was like, okay. And I went back in and everybody was like, yay. And TT came over and she was just like, what are you doing? And I was like, Karen said she's going to pick me up in an hour. And TT was like, don't do that. You're going to get in trouble. But she had already left. And so I didn't enjoy myself because I was scared I was going to get caught. And that was like my 8th grade graduation. That same year, did everybody go to school for Catholic School Week? Like if you were Catholic school, you had Catholic School Week. So Catholic School Week was the best week of Catholic school. You got to do fun things. You got to wear regular clothes. You got to celebrate being in Catholic school. You got to go on field trips, all these great things, right? So the biggest thing in Catholic School Week was going roller skating. Okay. It was the biggest event ever. The whole school would go roller skating. And I got grounded. Again, I'm not saying I was like a perfect kid, but I'm in 8th grade, I'm 14 or whatever. This is not, I had a boyfriend. This is not, I was drinking, smoking, sneaking out of my house, like nothing. Like whatever I did, it was related to some sort of strict rule or something he had in the house, or maybe my grades weren't great or whatever. So Catholic School Week comes and it's the field trip to go roller skating. And my stepfather would not let me go. And I was pretty fucking devastated about it. TT could go, but I could not go. And there was no negotiating, and I would never ask. Like, I was never like, please, or begging or whatever, right? But I did ask if I could stay home. And he made me go to school. No, it's not TT's dad. He's all our stepdads. Like, he's not. And I just said, I don't want to go to school. Can I stay home? And I couldn't stay home. So he made me go to school. And I went to school, made me wear my uniform. Everybody was in regular clothes because they were going roller skating. And I had to tell my teacher that I couldn't go. Well, she knew, I think, because I didn't have the field trip permission slip in or whatever. I don't remember. Like, I'm sure there were conversations about it or whatever. I'm not sure if anybody ever called my house. Like, I have no idea. I just know it was the day, and it was Catholic Schools Week, and it was the whole school was going, and the buses came, and I had to fucking watch the whole school get on these buses and go to like the biggest event, including my sisters. And I had to stay back behind at the school, right? And everybody was gone, all the teachers, except the lady in the office and the janitor, Mr. Sears. And they didn't know what to do with me because there was nobody there. And so I literally spent the day all by myself. And at lunch, Mr. Sears came and he was like, you want to go play basketball in the gym? And he played basketball with me. And then I had to wait for everybody to come back. And everybody was so happy and excited. And I was like so embarrassed. So fucking embarrassed. Felt left out. And I wasn't like a little kid. I was a teenager, you know? And again, through every like thought I've ever thought of, like I never did anything bad. Like maybe mouthed off because I was unhappy with the rules, maybe didn't clean properly, maybe didn't get a great grade because I didn't really want to study because I was like unhappy at home, like whatever it is, but like nothing I ever did warranted like that type of shit. And that is the kind of shit that I dealt with my whole life with that guy. That's just then. You know what I mean? Just those two in 1 year. And there was way more, by the way. No, my mother never said anything. This was the year and a half before my mother decided to like move down to Pennsylvania with him. So I don't know, man. Like you want to call me fat on the internet. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't hit the way you think it's going to hit. I definitely look at those circumstances as like trauma. I also look at those things as I got through them. I also sometimes feel bad for myself. I sometimes tell myself it wasn't that bad. Like there's far worse things that could have happened to me. Like, you know, I shouldn't bitch and complain, but like also at the same time, like having raised 3 children and like making sure like they're comfortable and they experience wonderful things. And, you know, honestly, I've never had a reason to ground my children. They have never done anything that would warrant them getting grounded. I mean, you know, like occasionally, like I'm taking your phone away for the night or something like that. But like, I've learned to raise my children with like setting expectations, caring and loving for them, being firm when I need to, teaching them to respect the boundaries that I give them, like, you know, testing the waters, like, okay, I'm going to let you go to this, but let's see how it goes for this amount of time and then see how it goes. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just, I really, 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 really don't like my stepfather. You know what I mean? And so anybody who talks to him or has a relationship with him, I really don't fucking like them either. That's how I feel. And so I hold grudges and I don't care or whatever. And fuck, I got to cry about that. That felt good to cry about that. That felt good. Felt good. Free therapy. Besties gave me 3 free therapy. He's a loser. I hope he's listening, you fucking loser. Scumbag. Bunny therapy at 10:31 in the morning on a Tuesday. That did feel like very cathartic. I don't know. Sorry to use you all for that. Oops, my bad, besties. Sorries. I was fucking straight up sobbing there, huh? Yikes. I gotta call Jeffrey. I'm gonna go back and read all of your stories. That will also make me feel better. Yeah, that felt good. All right. Karma is a bitch. What meant when you go, wow, I left and came back and you're still here. Well, we did have like a side session of generational trauma that needed to be worked through. And I shared the story about Catholic school. That sucked, man. Oh, that sucked. So embarrassed. So uncomfortable. This is why, again, I feel like so at ease in social situations. You know what I mean? Like happy to be here. Happy to be in a room full of people. Let me work that room. I don't have to leave. Great. This is why, poor Jeffrey, you can't tell me what to do. You know what I mean? I do what I want. I do what I please and I do it with ease. All bunnies unite. Okay. I have to get Jack a doctor's note. TT called. She wants to go to the Cino. No Cinos. We have a lot of things to do. We have to get Jack a doctor's note because he is going to try to work tonight. I do not recommend him doing that. He is insisting. I said we can get a doctor's note to include today, but he feels that his job will make him pay for it and stop giving him hours because he missed so many days. This is a very bizarre world we live in where a 20-year-old has to do that, but he feels like he's got to go to work. I don't think he should. That's my take. So we got to get him a doctor's note. So we're going to go to urgent care, or we're going to see if we can do a telehealth situation. We all want to go to the Sino. We are not going to the Sino. We are not going to be in our Sino era right now. Sino era is like a feel-good situation. We have other things that are going to be making us feel really good. Tomorrow is my first official decent payday from YouTube, and we have a list of things that we are going to purchase. Okay. And I'm going to talk you all through them and do them with you because your viewership and support of my channel is financing all of these wonderful things. Okay. The first thing we are doing tomorrow is we are going to pay the outstanding gas bill I have on my house. It's not a lot. It's only $300, but I've been waiting to pay it. So we're going to pay some bills tomorrow. We're going to take Georgia to the Boot Barn and let her buy something for herself. We are going to order our wedding dress. Oh, I'm going to remind me to post the picture of that. And I think that's it for tomorrow. That's it for tomorrow. Oh my God, you degenerates. What feels better than pushing that max bet button? A lot of things. Hitting buy on my car on Amazon feels great. I'm not a degenerate gambler like that. You don't like, other things really like thrill me as much, just so you know. Like if it were warm weather, like I would literally, there's so many things that I would be doing. I bought those, remember I bought those gold curtains back in October for the living room? I need a rug that matches because the rug we have is old and it doesn't match. So we're going to have to buy a rug to match. That, scratch tickets. I haven't bought a scratch ticket in so long. Oh yes, dishwasher. I found, that actually is just going to call to say, let's pull the trigger on that. I have a plumber that's going to come and do the dishwasher. Wait, we should do roller skating. Why? What's wrong with Erica? Who's saying what happened? I can't see. Wait, what happened with Erica? And is she going live? We're going to get a laptop. We're getting a dishwasher. I do have an issue with my stepfather that, did we talk about this? The videos? You're going to storm DCF and Braintree tomorrow. Oh, call me after this. Okay, perfect. I think I talked about this one time. We're not getting deep into this, but my stepfather has all of our childhood videos from when we were kids. And in the divorce, or my mother never thought about it and never asked to get copies of the VHS tapes. She never asked for them or anything like that. My stepfather has them. Okay. And several years ago, I asked through an intermediary if we could get a copy of them for my family, my children. And through the intermediary, my stepfather told me if my childhood was so bad with him, then what do I want the childhood videos for? Right. And I wrestled with that for a while because that's a really good point. Well, I think the videos have some of the best moments of our lives in them because they were all surrounding holidays. But also there's moments and interactions with my siblings that I would like to see. There's my grandparents who have passed on. So there's a lot of memories. I haven't seen those videos in over 30 years. And I've also wanted my children to see me when I was little. So we asked for them and he told me no. TT can't get the videos either. She doesn't talk to him. So I talked to an attorney about suing him for them, and I would not win. I would not win. However, I could sue him and make him have to answer to it and have to be in a courtroom and defend himself to it in front of a judge. And I feel like there is value in that. There is real value in that. Do you know what I mean? I don't even need them. I just need copies, but I know I'm not going to get them. And there is no law that would force him to give them to me. Right. But there is also a path for civil litigation. And I have actually written out this, like what this would look like. And I think, how pathetic would it be for him to be in a courtroom in front of a judge and him have to say publicly on record, where I could get the audio of it, or maybe all of my besties could show up and sit in the courtroom and hear this man give any type of reasoning whatsoever that he should not turn over a copy of my childhood videos for me and my children, right? That would also be very validating, because in my mind, I'm never going to get them. I'm never going to see them again. I'm never going to have an opportunity to see them, but I could try at least one time. And if I do, and he goes into court and he says, I don't have to, I'm not doing it, or he has to hire an attorney to do it. And then you get a judge that, will probably look at me and say, you know what, this is pretty fucking pathetic, but I can't rule in your favor, which I know that's how it's going to go. You never know. You never know. But I see like there's some value in that for me. I'm just trying to decide if I really want to do it. I think the response that he said about me getting the videos was like over his dead body or something like that. He is a complete narcissist. He is a complete sociopathic control freak, 100%. At the time when this happened several years ago, like somebody called me, a friend of mine called me about this and was like, you need to find peace that you are never going to see those videos again, and that he is deliberately not going to let you see them, and that's it, right? And I really tried very hard to feel that way. But I also feel like, let me just try one time. What if I get a judge that is just like, you know what? You're an asshole. You know what I mean? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? And you know what? Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe those videos will actually be traumatic for me. Maybe I don't want to see them. I don't know. One glimpse of my grandmother or my grandfather would make me so happy. It would be worth it. He has the videos himself. He has them in his apartment. Don't get any ideas. Weirdos. He really believes like you can't say you're abused, you can't say you had a bad childhood, and then want videos of your childhood that he made. I hear you. It's a great argument. Let's see if a judge agrees. Misty, you will do no such thing? No. Did somebody say I would be boots on the ground for that? He will never give them. He will never give them. We went through this several years ago. We asked for them. We were estranged. We don't talk to him. I asked for him, and through the intermediary, he said absolutely not. Alexis Knoll, what is his full name? My mother would never contact him. No. We don't need any money to sue him. It's free. I can represent myself. Believe me, I've gone down this hole. It's very possible. I can file it myself. I have spoken to an attorney that said it was very unlikely that it would be there's any path to forcing somebody to hand these things over. It's not intellectual property. They were his property. My mother's divorce is over 35 years old. Like, it's just, do you talk to your mom about all of this? Absolutely not. We do not discuss these things. And I live with my mom. My mom has her own part of the house, but I live with my mother. I also think it's like really important for me to like be forgiving to my mother and make sure that she doesn't have to face those things at this point in her life. My mother is in her mid 70s. No reason for it. My mom cannot get them. We really don't need an attorney to do it. I can do it myself. Am I positive that he has them? With 100% certainty. My younger sister has them as well. All right. Still trying to hold his power over me. He's got it because I'm sad. I wish I could see my childhood videos again. I would like to see my Christmas videos. It's all my Christmas videos from when we were little. He's watching them right now. He is watching. I'm sure he is. He's here. How does he not, Nobody is doing anything illegal. Nobody is going undercover. Nobody. Nobody. No. I have no idea. Again, we're estranged from my sister, so I do not want to talk about my sister. I don't want to bring any of that in there. It has nothing. We're not getting into that. I think we might do court. Might do the court stuff. Just to try. I've always said, like, if I try and I get a no from the court and there's absolutely no path, then it's a no and that's it. And then maybe. I think because I've always kind of had that in the back of my mind, I've always thought, like, there's one more thing that I could do. You know what I mean? Do not publicize this. Not yet. You've given the haters enough already today. Oh yeah, this stream. Oh yeah. Jessica cries about her stepdad and punished in Catholic schools week, and she couldn't go roller skating, and she can't see her childhood videos, and she cries, and she's fat. And I will literally just hang up my phone from this live stream and never think about that. I don't care until one of you fucking degenerates send it to me in a screenshot and be like, look, Jess, click on this link, see what somebody's saying about you. And then I click on it and I'm like, shit. Or I get the Jen Altman screenshots. Oh, yes, we've already said that. I don't want the real ones. I just want a copy. They're VHS. Put them on a disc. I'll pay for it. Like, whatever. It's still an absolute. It's absolutely not happening. Still not happening. I don't care if they clip. I mean, like, as with everything, each one of these exhaustingly long live streams cannot be just defined by a clip. Nobody can. And I think everybody in the world has enough common sense to be like, oh, they hear a clip and then go, where can I find the whole thing? And then they go listen to the whole thing and they're like, oh yeah, I get it. He didn't destroy them. He has them. He definitely has them. I understand though. Somebody could say like, oh, he could say, I don't have them anymore. Okay. And just get into a courtroom and say that you don't have them anymore. You know what I mean? I would like my day in fucking court on record so I can hear you in front of a judge say that you have them and you don't have to give them to me. Say those exact words. Oh, you had such a bad life with me, then why should I hand over videos of you? And then I will get my chance to say to the judge, I was abused my whole childhood. And so I don't know why. Just feels like I should have copies of the videos of me when I was a kid. Anyway. 10:48 a.m. Guess what? Georgia has a half day today. So I'm going to go in the house, get Jack on fucking a telehealth situation. And then I'm going to be back in my car at 12 o'clock to go pick up Georgia from school. I've clearly not planned out my day by sitting here and going through all of this with you. Also, hold on. Another 24. So you'll be back then, is what you're saying? No, we cannot do that. Spicy Misty. So another 24 and 24 at noon. Got it. No, Cyber Chick, no. We do not know more lives today. This actually. See you all at lunch. You know what though? If people can do an all day fucking live stream on the drama with the Karen Reed shit, we can't do one crying? We cannot do one tonight. We have Bunny After Dark tomorrow night. I feel like I have something going on tonight. I'm not really sure what it is. I don't think so. Maybe nothing. We have to compete with. Did he do a 48-hour stream? What does he do? He can't just sit in a room for 48 hours, can he? Hey, Faye, that's right. Get off of here. Everybody go get off of here and go have a good day. There is no chance. These comments are 12. 12 on 12. I'm dying. Why are you guys funnier than I am? I can't. I gotta go in this house. I saw Jack let the dogs out and he's probably like, why the fuck is my mother still in the car? And how are you going to get me a doctor's note so I can go back to work today? 7:30. Yep. And it's 10 for 3.5 hours. Dear God, I'm a loser. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me? All right. Bye. See you at 12. Bye.